For more than 3 decades, David's been remodeling homes with a concentration on the most popular room in your home, your bathroom. Whether it's a tub to shower conversion or a complete renovation, the great thing about One Bath & Closets is that David handles everything. One company, one contractor, One Bath & Closets. Check out the gallery of his most recent projects and schedule your free in-home consultation online at onebathandclosets.com. That's onebathandclosets.com.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Monday, June 9th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 89. In hour one of today's show, we'll recap LSU Baseball's Super Regional victory over the West Virginia Mountaineers, and we'll look ahead to the College World Series as the field of 8 is almost completely set. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go.
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester,
Yep, got it. 5 out of 5.
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Ball!
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Yo! Let's go. Welcome in. A lot of sports, a lot of Tiger sports. Jake, Matt, Alondra, Tay, all here with you on this Monday morning, this victorious Monday morning. LSU gets it done. Don't even need today. Don't even need most of your key players, and we will certainly get there. How you doing? Week number 2.
I'm doing great. I woke up.
Eyes look a little sleepier today. Yeah, they do.
Got a little extra spring in my step this morning. Into last week, I was running a little empty on the old sleep ticker. Not today, though.
Week number 1.
Week number 1 in the books.
It is. It is. Well, LSU baseball is not doing the morning show any favors by how late they're playing.
Yeah, what are you doing?
It was a 5 o'clock game. I'm like, okay, well, cool. Like, we're going to be done 9:30, be hanging out, chilling, go to bed at a decent time.
Mm-hmm.
Not today, you're not.
Right. Taylor, how'd that go for you last night?
Well, so I'm okay. I want to know if y'all are all okay. Are y'all okay?
I'm good.
I'm
Because
great.
we had that awful inclement weather in Baton Rouge. I want to make sure y'all are okay.
Safe and sound.
I'm good.
But
Safe.
yeah, I'm good. We made it okay. Like the windows were rattling at LSU a little bit for like an hour. Hunkered down, got through it. I'm tired, guys.
Yep. I want to know what time you get home last night.
Climbed in that bed around 1:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It's
tough.
a late boy. It is a late boy. And, rain delays have become a thing. They are certainly a thing, and sometimes when it doesn't rain, they are a thing. And I told y'all we played a whole youth baseball tournament, and there was no stoppage in the same city.
The same city.
In the same city.
Not too far away, actually.
Around the same time. It's just, look, it is like, and I get it. You're not going to, and the NCAA has something to do with this once it becomes a postseason as well, but certainly if you're LSU, like you're not going to risk burning Anthony Ianson if you go out there 2 innings, 4-hour rain delay, and then he's done.
Yeah, I don't think either coach wants that. So,
no.
We were talking about that. I mean, I guess better safe than sorry if you're Jay looking at it. Even if there's a 30% chance that this thing might get delayed, and you got one game to win with your number 2 guy. That's an amazing pitcher to punch the ticket to Omaha. Yeah, I guess you play it better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
So I guess we were looking it up. Both coaches have to agree. NCAA has to agree. And was there a fourth?
No, it was just that.
Okay, both coaches in the NCAA all
Yeah.
have to be like on the same page,
Right.
to figure that delay out.
Yeah, and look, Anthony Ionson's going, but also, for West Virginia, I mean, they've got somebody that's got a sub-3 ERA. It's going to start for them. So, they don't want to get started and then burn that player as well. So, look, it's just the morning show complaining.
Yeah, that's it. That's
we're
it.
just popping off these complaints.
We're used to it. We played a bunch of 8 p.m. games last week.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, if any team in America is used to it, it is the LSU Tigers.
We're ready.
But look, they
just
are
the morning show popping off.
Just a little complaint box.
Yeah,
why not?
And
so people got to work.
Told Jay several times because I've been in Taylor's spot where they delay it until there was one time it was 10 p.m. wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like
So,
the Northwestern game.
I thought about this yesterday.
One of those.
It was in March.
The game from hell when they were like they got run rolled.
So
by
this was in March because me and Victoria were doing like anniversary stuff. Alondra had to do the baseball game. Baseball was at a 3-hour delay. Next door at Tiger Park, the softball team was in the third inning. That happened in March.
Yeah.
That is right.
So like I've told Jay before, like, hey, I'm gonna need you to stop with these delays.
Yeah.
You don't listen.
No,
They don't listen.
You don't listen.
I don't know if he cares about us.
I
mean, he loves
He
us.
does.
He loves
He
us,
does.
but he
He
doesn't care
does.
about us being
He does.
tired.
A little selfish.
Being a little sleepy.
A little
this morning.
selfish.
Yeah.
Regardless of what time the game started, though, LSU does sweep West Virginia 16-9 on Saturday, 12-5 last night. And my biggest takeaway, and we'll go around the room and get your biggest takeaway, but for me, your two guys in Cade Anderson and Anthony Ionson who have carried you all season long, neither one of those players had their best stuff. Neither one of them, right? They were human for the first time in a long time, and it still wasn't close. You still won both games by 7 runs. That, to me, is the biggest takeaway because Cade Anderson and Anthony Ionson are going to come back and be who they've been all season long. But for the offense to go out there, score 16, score 12, and those two guys weren't on their A game, and you still didn't use Zach Cowan or Kason Evans this entire weekend. Like, you never had to bring in your best bullpen arms. And I even thought last night, well, maybe they'll bring in one just so they get a chance to pitch.
Yeah,
just so they get some, basically a bullpen in. But you don't have to do that. And so for me, the offense was a question, right? But if you look at the last 3 games, the offense has carried. And if this offense can bring that to Omaha, and you pair that with the 1-2 punch, and you pair that with Cowan and Evans in the bullpen, that's what makes LSU, and Vegas agrees with us, one of, if not the favorite in Omaha.
Yeah, 28 runs, 2 games. Going into this weekend, we thought if you would have told us we were going to score 28 runs, we'd have been, all right, we got these. Then we're going to win the first 2 games. We're probably going to win this series by 25 runs, right? But, yeah, you're right. They didn't have their stuff. The other team, I mean, credit to them. They hit the ball well.
Scrappy bunch.
Yeah, they were scrappy. But, I mean, from top to bottom, 1-9 would just there's just no spot in that lineup right now for the other pitcher to breathe. Watching it, it was just which batter in that lineup do you not fear right now? That is at least going to put the ball in play, or at least is going to have an opportunity to smack one down the line. I mean, the ability for this team, like the discipline that they have at the plate, is incredible. The eye discipline they have, the discipline they have to lay off pitches, like
you were
even
talking
when
about
they're
that
so
last
tight,
week.
they really do. I mean, I've been watching baseball, pretty hardcore now for 2 weeks, and that's like the biggest thing. All right, for 2 weeks. All right, so pat on the back, credit to myself.
Good job.
Well, the 2 weeks before that, it wasn't great.
Right.
Yeah,
They've improved greatly.
You picked a good 2 weeks to get locked in.
Like
Did Matt Flynn get the bats hot?
He might have.
Some are saying.
I mean, try to prove that theory wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ability for this team to go oppo too. I mean, just like good, sound, fundamental hitting.
Yeah.
It was great. So hopefully it continues. And correct me if I'm wrong here. I mean, pretty much completely different lineup from game 1 to game 2 as well.
I mean, the last 3 games. And you go back to the
what's
Little Rock
making
game.
these decisions? Can't wait to ask Jake about.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to Little Rock game. It has been completely different, and And Jay is not afraid to move pieces around. That is for sure. He's not afraid to start a guy that hasn't started in a while if he feels like it's a good matchup. And really, those things have been paying off. And we could go back like key spots in all three of these games. Again, going back to the regional, it's like a move that he made was pivotal. Like in that game, in that moment, that guy came up because of the lineup changes. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, Jay's certainly been pushing all the right buttons. Alondra, biggest takeaway?
Yeah, I think one of my biggest concerns throughout the season was, runners left on base, not being able to do the timely hitting, and whenever you have those free bases, being able to take advantage of them. And LSU took advantage of pretty much every single free base that West Virginia gave you. And coming into this series, it wasn't many. Like, maybe our pitchers weren't at their best, but West Virginia's weren't either. So I love the timely hitting that we had. I mean, Stephen Milam, Flynn texted us in the group chat about the grand slam in the fourth inning, and love it.
You're on the bandwagon now?
Well, I mean,
you said you hated them.
I didn't say I hated
mid-game
them.
grand
Would
slams.
love them, but yeah, that was my biggest takeaway, is being able to take advantage of those free bases that they were giving you. I mean, you had the bases loaded twice, and last week when Little Rock had the bases loaded twice, you didn't do anything with it. So to have not one but two grand slams in one game, 10 out of 10.
Yep. Tay, biggest takeaway?
Stephen Milam's that guy. I mean, he's done this 2 years in a row, right? That was kind of the big concern in this lineup was what's wrong with Stephen Milam. Like, you saw him start the season in the 3-hole. He went all the way down to like 8. Now he's back up in the lineup. And think about this. Think about how great he was on Saturday. He was batting right-handed to go against a left-handed pitcher. Yeah. Last night, batting lefty, didn't matter. 5 RBIs and a gotta-have-it game. He was incredible. But the lineup as a whole, like, to me, if this game was a month ago, the way the offense is struggling, that's a game that LSU loses because the pitching wasn't the best. West Virginia claws back into this game, makes it a 2-run game. Like, a month and a half ago, LSU probably loses that game. But, I mean, I can't be the only one that was like, as soon as Cooper Williams came in, had a scoreless inning, Stanfield's RBI made it 8-4. Yeah. I was like, okay, we're good. We're good. Like, LSU's fine. And, I mean, that proved to be true. This team offensively looks like they were early in the year.
Yeah, there's a couple of individual performances that we'll talk about throughout the day, certainly. And we mentioned Stephen Milam there. Derek Curiel, how about him? How about the freshman? I mean, you move him down in the lineup, and I was like, all right, look, it makes sense. Josh Pearson hits lefties, really well and hits a grand slam, obviously, so he had a big day. But Curiel on that first day, I mean, he's 3 for 3. He has 5 RBIs. He scores 3 runs. And then you come back in the next day, put him back in the leadoff spot. Now, he had 1 hit, but he had 2 walks, scores 3 runs. Like, to be a freshman, to be a true freshman, and to be as good as he is one thing, but to be as composed as this young man is. I mean, to go down in the lineup because you're facing the lefty, and then you go right back up, and you do exactly what a leadoff hitter has to do. He gets on base 3 times in a game, man. This young man is just remarkable. He should have been the SEC Freshman of the Year. He wasn't. Whatever. I'm sure like team success is all he cares about right now, but he just continues to impress over and over again.
Yeah, I mean the youth on this team has like stepped up in a pretty darn big way. It's really impressive, especially, I mean, Curiel's been batting leadoff for so long, and then you come out, throw him at the 7-hole in the first game of the series. It's like it's a little bit of a shake-up for him, right? It's probably, for a freshman, it's probably good. Going in your first Super Regional, you're a freshman. He makes the lineup changes, makes you think a little bit.
As you know, like a lot of people, though, and certainly like a lot of freshmen, and you come in, and all of a sudden it's like, man, I got moved down to the 6-hole. Like, hey, what's going on? And then you start playing the middle games, and then you start thinking about that more, and you start thinking about your approach.
Right.
Because, like, wait a minute, I've been lead off.
Right.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, I've been lead off basically 95% of this year.
Yeah, maybe it's a good thing, though. Like, you think about the mindset you have to have as a leadoff guy. It's not necessarily about hitting for power, or trying to hit doubles, triples, home runs, anything like that. It's about getting on base, right? So maybe, mentally it's like, all right, I'm hitting 7. Let's just go out there and rip it now. I don't have – it's a little bit different mental approach when you step in the batter's box. But, yeah, that changed. So we did the last week, besides doing the show, like my first official thing that I did with the station was the weekend survey that Hunt sent out to everybody.
Survey.
It was like, all right, you know, who's your key player for this series? I had to like write something like, all right, I gotta actually type guy's name and like give a reason why. Yeah, it's like, why is he? You know, why is this guy the key player? And I said Curiel going into it. And the reason why is like because he's the leadoff guy, and his key to victory is like get on base, so they have to prediction that's been put. It's been put on paper. It's first pitch. Josh Pearson walks.
Wait a minute.
Well,
and then our guy Hanny in the group chat, my man was like every hit he got, he's making sure. Although Tay also picks.
Well, so that's the pick, Stephen Milam, but I'm not gonna jump in. I'm gonna let him have this.
Milam just felt so chalky.
The ultimate chalk. I went with like Kate Anderson, Anthony,
so
who didn't have.
But like we've said back online because he's one of your like most predictable.
So
to me, chalk. But
yeah, let Hanny have that because like I went Milam and Jared Jones. That was my answer. I was like, you know, if both of them get hot, dangerous 1 through 9. Like that was my.
Both of y'all chose 2 people.
I chose 2.
I just said Daniel Dickinson.
His 2 though is like 1A, 1B as far as your number 1 pitcher. So like you kind of got to group them together.
The pitching staff is key to victory.
Hey, at least my guy went out there to throw the first pitch.
No, really?
All the pitchers. I'm going to say the hitters, the hitting staff.
Come out of the pen.
Hitting staff.
The roster is key.
Look, if y'all don't think those 2 guys in a super regional format were going to be big, and again, they didn't have their best stuff, but like you got to win 2 games. I like those 2 to go and get it.
Hunt was on the call and did not miss a beat in the group chat though, because like we said, Hanny was victory lapping and like typing in cough cough in the group chat, and Hunt goes, "Somebody get Hanny an antihistamine."
That was Hunt's best he's ever had. That made me like actually laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Hunt was on the call this weekend?
He was on the call last night.
So
Doug left.
Doug apparently had a flight to catch. He was going on vacation. And like he thought he was gonna be done because at 5 o'clock. No, he was there for 5.
Yeah.
Because like he sent me the pregame interview and all that. Like,
he was there.
Doug was there. Last minute he had to bail, so Hunt stepped in.
Yeah. Doug, what time was your flight? Where are you going?
Something like that. Maybe it wasn't a flight, but Chris did
probably
say
an early morning one.
Chris said he was on. He had to he had a vacation to catch. Is Chris's words?
Okay.
Whatever that means.
Taking one of those Baton Rouge red eyes.
Oh man, I wonder what the voice would say if I was like, "Hey, third quarter, Ole Miss, I gotta
third quarter.
Katie's waiting on me. We gotta go to the beach."
That is like very Doug Thompson behavior, though.
Yeah.
So
shout out Doug.
We love Doug.
I would have figured Doug had like a youth baseball tournament to go to. I mean, his kid's obviously a really good athlete.
It was funny. I don't know if Chris actually knew because like at the beginning of the game, he goes, Hunt Palmer stepping in. Doug Thompson had plans. I'm like, plans? And then later in the game, he goes,
he's going to Sizzler.
He's all over the place.
Joey in the chat says he was going to the mountains for a World Series. Probably. God, where's that? What's the big one called? Go there sometimes in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Forge, that area?
Forge.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like. Shout out to Doug.
Shout out.
LSU Baseball.
Yeah, shout out LSU Baseball.
OTB when we jump back. All right, go to getgordon.com. Get what they've done for others in the courtroom right there on the homepage of in the community throughout the state of Louisiana. Road to Lafayette. Matter. They are in your local. Out on social media. Again, the handle's always going to be at Get Gordon. If you want to pick up the phone, if you want to give them a call, it is just your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
Accidents happen, everybody. When it does, call somebody you trust. Be a part of the G team. You've seen it. You've seen the billboards. You've seen the commercials. You've seen who's been a part of that team. Call Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys right now, 225-888-8888, or go to getgordon.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, dedicated to getting you back in the game. Not one, you. Auctioner Andrews Institute.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every we've stayed true to our values, committed
being is more than a priority.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our challenging event, and we're right there with
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
On this Monday morning, and we are going to lay out how it happened across the country on the diamond this past weekend. Still have games that have to be played tonight. And as we do, let's go ahead and get this thing started.
It's time to get glowing, courtesy of GoFlow IV Spa, where hydration, vitamins, and a summer-ready glow are always on tap. Now, for starters.
I think old Matt Flynn could use a little IV right now. I was a little puffy. Get him a little bit of, a little bit of something to get his week started here. GoFlowIV.com is the place he needs to go to. You can go there as well. Look, if you are up late, maybe you're a little puffy. Well, you can go there and you can relax and you can get back to your normal self. Start the week on the right foot. GoFlowIV.com.
It's hot out there this week.
It was, and I mean this like, a little bit joking. Why do we live here hot this weekend?
I know. That's one of those, like, just question all the things. So, yeah, they got to be lined up this week. Hey, go, Flo.
All right, let's go across the country. Let's check out some scores. Let's check out who LSU is playing because we already know that information in game number 1 in Omaha. But in the Louisville Super Regional, Louisville took down Miami in game number 1. Looked like they were going to ease their way to victory, but shout out to Miami because they fought back. After Louisville beats them 8-1, they come back and they beat Louisville 9-6. And then yesterday in a game that was finished right before LSU got started, Louisville closes the door 3-2, and they move on to Omaha, and where they were going to take on the winner of the Corvallis Super Regional. And it was Oregon State over Florida State. Now, game number 1, it was one of the better games of Super Regional play. Florida State was up 4-1 with 2 outs in the 9th inning, and they lose the game 5-4. Oregon State just like pesky, just sitting there and just will not go away, like single, double. Like the way they were manufacturing runs in that game, it was like, I don't know that Florida State can come back from this. It was like death by 1,000 paper cuts. And the Beavs went out there and they were victorious. Anybody catch that game live?
So I caught the end of it. And, I mean, on Friday when we were putting together a little parlay thing, we were picking game by game. This was the one we pointed out. We were like, we're the most unsure about this one because this will probably be the best series. Like I said, I picked Oregon State because they were the home team. Like that was literally
and we settled on Oregon State, but it wasn't because of anything solid. It was literally these teams are even. The Beavers are at home. Florida State's got to travel across the country.
And that's about what happened.
It is. I mean, certainly in the first 2 games. And so Florida State, they throw their ace, Arnold, on game number 2, and they win the game 3-1. And then yesterday, an absolute for Oregon State as they move on. And later today, you can check out Off Campus because, well, Florida State's at home and LSU's moving on. In Chapel Hill.
How many's he got?
He's got 100. Yeah, he's got 100. Because it was like we had like a, if Florida State sweeps. And so, yeah, it's added up to 100. And he's going to do those live on air. Like all at once. And, all at once.
That's impossible.
All right. Chapel was the most unpredictable outcome after North Carolina won game 1 18-2. Like, shout out to Arizona. I mean, they come back. Even to win a game would have been impressive to me after game number 2, and then they come back in game number 3, and they win 4-3. Sick right now for a lot of reasons because I felt like North Carolina was on the verge of like baseball programs. This is like a step back-to-back years because you remember like in the and they didn't parlay that into success like for the next 10 to 15 years. To Omaha, I mean, that has to be one of the biggest disappointing.
That this is the biggest upset of the weekend. I know Coastal swept Auburn, but
I picked Coastal.
Right?
Like, that's not a shock at all.
Yeah. North Carolina favorites, but just one
third best odds behind Arkansas and LSU.
And they were looking at the odds on Friday, they were like minus 1,000.
They were. I think they were like the best odds to win the Supers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So so this is a major upset, and you do it at home. Like it's just, and like you said, they won 18-2 on Friday night. So North Carolina was well on their way to being one of, if they're not already, the top programs in the country. So, and that since they were in the ACC, and Oregon State doesn't have a conference right now, so they had to go. They had it tougher because the ACC is a tough conference.
Yeah.
Turns out Oregon State, that was the advantage for them, and probably tougher now that I'm thinking about it, to have to go on the road, find people to go play you, whatever. So
I kind of forget sometimes that between shows, but on the other show I do, we talk a lot of what you're just talking about, Alondra. It's good that you noticed that.
Yeah.
They played 78% of their games on the road this year.
Insane.
Because they're independent and they didn't have a conference. And so, during conference weekends, nobody's typically off. Maybe one here, one there. And if I'm that team, I'm like, I'm not coming to play you.
Yeah.
You
I
come
have the
play
leverage.
me. Yeah.
Come play me. And so they end up playing Oregon and Iowa and some of these other, and a lot of the Big West teams, like your Cal State Fullertons and all those teams. And so, they were on the road a ton.
Yeah.
A ton. Certainly once conference play started, they were barely ever
Yeah.
at home. And so they had been battle tested, and they thrived in having their home environment there as well. So
what did they do when the big conferences went into conference play?
Dude, they would find one, they got a
Grab
random
somebody
one
you
with
can, yeah.
Iowa who was off. Whoever was off in a major conference, they would go to them.
Yeah.
And there's not and you have to have obviously an odd number of teams. And so they just, they put together a pretty nice resume considering what they had to do.
Well, to your point, I think it helps them in two ways. It helps them because they had the home crowd behind them finally. If you can win on the road, you can win at home. Also, this is going to help them in Omaha because they played on the road a ton.
For sure. So it is going to be Louisville and Oregon State. First game in Omaha. It's going to be Arizona and Coastal Carolina. First game in Omaha, as we mentioned, it's going to be LSU and Arkansas, which next segment, that's what we're going to dive back into, is LSU and Arkansas. But UTSA does not continue the magic.
Sad beep beep.
Sad beep beep, because who parlay would have been beep beep.
Right.
But it's okay. It's all right. Good season for UTSA. UCLA wins that 2-0, so they sweep the Road Runners. It sets up a matchup with the winner of Duke and Murray State. Murray State, man, I don't know if y'all had a chance to watch that game yesterday.
Crazy.
They just, I think it was the seventh. I believe it was the seventh inning where they just went mammoth blast, 4 in that one inning alone, and nothing cheap about any of them. They win 19-9, and now they're going to be playing, I believe, that game. Crazy
Murray
scores.
State, by the way.
Is there this many runs scored every year? Good Lord.
Actually, I feel like
This
it's
is
pretty crazy this season.
I feel there's been some
Yeah.
football scores.
18-2? What are we?
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
18-2, 19-9. LSU scoring
16,
16-12.
yeah.
So, the hitters have definitely locked in. Maybe the warmer weather, ball's traveling a little bit farther. I don't know. I like it, though. I can appreciate a good 2-1 game for sure, but also hey, let's go score some runs, hit some dangers.
Doesn't feel like you're gonna get any 2-1 games.
No, I don't think. Well, Omaha plays a little bit bigger, but we'll see. But that game is going to be at 6 p.m. tonight, Duke and Murray State, to see who plays UCLA. And when we come back, we break down LSU's game number 1, because we already know it is going to be against a team that we all know very well, a team that you already played this year, 2 teams that know each other very well, and we'll break it all down when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. Hey, maybe you want to go to Omaha, but maybe you're like, you know what? We got the big family. We don't really want to get 5, 6, 7 flights up there. It's not that bad of a drive, and maybe you want to get in the car and you want to start driving. Well, if you don't want to put miles on your vehicle, or if you want something bigger, if you want to rent a Sienna minivan, a Sequoia, that full-size SUV, maybe you're tailgating because you're an LSU fan, and that's what we do. You want to get a Tundra, a Tacoma, to have all the supplies in the back of the truck. Well, you can rent a Toyota per-day rental prices. Call Miss Lisa Sessions today. Get that reserved. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
Yeah, All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. Airline, they're a good one. Go check them out. Go see what they got online. Go check them out in person. Go see, actually on the lot, the Siennas, the Tundras, Land Cruiser, Highlander, whatever you want, whatever size, buying, leasing, renting, give them a call, 225-433-0105.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and
And you got blue boots falling out your glass. Your man don't want you in the club. And you probably starting fights in the club. You come through.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
I looked it up here. Oregon State baseball team traveled 23,465 miles during their regular season, playing 35 road and neutral site games.
Is that a lot?
35?
Road or neutral site.
Man. Oof. That's a lot. And I think one of their neutral sites was basically like they played a team in like the bigger park in the same city that team plays in or something. So yeah, shout out to the Bees.
So can we be like
Funniest
some pseudo
mascot,
Beaver
by the
fans?
way.
I'm trying to think, like in the field, right? It's like, all right, you've got Louisville, Oregon State, Arizona, Coastal, UCLA. Like there's not like that, like Tennessee's not in there. Some of the other rivals for LSU outside of the one that you're playing.
Yeah.
So obviously, like,
who's on your side of the bracket? Like we know who game one is, which you're about to get into. What are the other two?
I got it right here.
Well, no. So
And then it's so UCLA and whoever wins Murray State and Duke is on your side too.
So if LSU can't get out of their side, Coastal Carolina's the team for me easily.
I was gonna say Coastal Carolina.
In the bottom four, though, I think if you're looking at it, it's in the bottom is Arizona, Coastal.
Oh, true.
LSU, Arkansas. So
I'm gonna go. Arizona's my number 2. They're my number 2
because they're well hydrated.
They are, and they're scrappy.
I remember
Scrappy
when
little bunch.
Arizona football was so bad. Like right before they got really good, and they were playing San Diego State. And San Diego State was coming off like in a 10 or 11 win season or something. And I'm biased towards the Aztecs. Worked out there a ton during the lockout when I was in San Diego. Shout out Tony Gwynn, Steven Strasburg. I got any others? Marshall Faulk, Kawhi Leonard. There's 4 deep cuts.
Not really
deep.
Are you still talking about that college again?
Yep. Anyways, they were playing football, and we were in a group chat, and Flynn's like, take Arizona. I'm like, bud, have you seen them play? Have you seen San Diego State? Have you seen Arizona? He's like, just trust me, take them. I'm like, this guy's I'm just crushing him. Like, what are you doing? They were hydrated, and they won the game.
Dang.
They kind of
4 years ago, something
they
like that.
did. They got really good. They got, what was it, 4 years ago, 3 years ago? They started like, man,
Noah Fafita.
Yeah, scrappy player.
Just throwing
Up in Washington.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Look at you.
Before I got Huskies.
Hydrated?
Yes.
Yeah. Trick some people. I mean, do you really need to be hydrated up in the Pacific Northwest?
Well, so that teams, it's just not nearly as
charge them the same though.
Yeah, charge them the same, send them less.
Yes.
I mean,
it's a premium product up there in the Northwest.
All right. Good for you though.
Thanks, buddy.
You got them.
You brought up Tony Gwynn. I saw a random Tony Gwynn stat the other day on social media.
Yeah, I sent it
Yeah, I
in the
was
group.
gonna say, you sent
that?
I sent
Yeah.
it in the group.
Okay, all right.
What was it? It was
it was something ridiculous.
He had as many assists, basketball assists in college.
Yep.
As he did strikeouts
in his
entire
two-decade
Major
League career.
It was like 426.
A lot of people don't even remember
Ridiculous.
he played college basketball.
I
didn't know that until you sent that.
Until you sent that text.
Yeah.
So as many college assists in basketball as he did strikeouts in how many 20-year career?
I mean, top 5 purest hitters in baseball history.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about power and all that. We didn't hit a lot of home runs, but just straight hitters. I mean, great man too. Like had the great fortune of meeting him a bunch of times in San Diego. Son was great. So shout out Tony Gwynn. Didn't expect to find ourselves here, but here we are.
Before the second hour.
See if we can get 5 more Tony Gwynn mentions before the end of the show. Let's take a look back. May the 9th, May 10th, and May 11th. Arkansas came to Baton Rouge. You won the series 2-1. You took the first 2 games of this series. You had the first victory, if you all remember, 5-4 in 10 innings.
Yeah.
Then you run rule Arkansas 13-3 in 7 innings, and then you lose the finale 7-4 to the Razorbacks. And so Arkansas is a team that you know very well. Even if you would not have played them, you know them very well. It's a team that certainly has been, for not winning a championship, a blue blood in baseball over the last decade. And if you want to, argue about can you be a blue blood if you don't win a national championship, I'm here for that argument. I can listen to it, but they've been highly successful. We all know that. The only thing they are missing is that national championship, and they were a foul ball away from beating Oregon State and winning that national championship. They don't catch it. The Beavers get another life. They go win a national championship. But when you look at the tail of the tape, if you were going to match up with a team that everybody loves like Arkansas, right, I still think there's advantages for LSU. I think you have the mental advantage of knowing that you won the series against them earlier, right? It's going to be an electric crowd in Omaha between these two teams. I mean, Arkansas's fans are certainly going to find their way to Omaha. We know LSU fans are going to be there. Like, if you said, hey, give me 2 fan bases that can make the most rowdy crowd in Omaha, Nebraska, I would say these two playing against each other.
You would match
Arkansas and LSU.
fan base up as a top 2.
I think it's LSU, Arkansas, and Mississippi State are the only 3 in the conversation.
Love that.
Right? And Arkansas is obviously, like, compared to where it's at for Omaha, like, they're going to be there.
Yeah.
They're going to be doing their ritual. They're going to be calling them hogs, Bo.
I mean, from like a little bit of a baseball outsider, I would have thought Tennessee would have been in there just because I guess like
Tennessee's new blood. Tennessee's like
They're like
new money,
casuals.
huh?
They're casuals.
Yeah, Tennessee won the lottery and got rich quick.
Yeah.
And now
It's
like
new
they're
money.
spending all their money
Yeah.
on stupid stuff and they don't know what to do with it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
They sure don't know how to act.
That's what I'm saying.
They do not.
Right? And close to as big as like the ones that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like you can argue with a wall that they're number one, but if you want to make an argument, those are the only. So my point is, like anything in this series, like it's going to be real juice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you could tell the emotion that Arkansas had. Their stadium was wild this weekend. I caught a little bit of that game, a little bit of the games there. And,
Why are they hydrated too?
It's not about that, okay? All
Are they hydrated?
But did you see? Come on.
Yes.
But did you see like the
Yes.
emotion the head coach had like after the game? Like, you don't see. I mean, he was pretty much like you
I
don't
love
see.
Dave Van Horn. Sorry, but I do.
Yeah, especially like winning when you still have
Yeah.
like the biggest games to play ahead of you, like showing that emotion. So like that, you could tell that they were in for one a crazy environment. Like the home team was behind them, but for 2, like they did not like Tennessee. I mean, just like y'all said, I think
nobody
that,
really does.
And Tony
really
B was
did.
an assistant for Dave Van Horn for a decade.
Yeah.
Well, and then they got into a
they got a little situation.
Last season they did as well.
Yeah.
So this is carried over for about a year now.
I liked it.
So and everyone's all mad because Cannon Peoples got ejected last weekend in the regional, so he didn't play this weekend. And then Zach Root was kind of mouthing off the Arkansas.
Kinda, yeah. He was getting
Zach
after
Root
it.
got his
little bit.
money's worth.
Yeah, and he didn't get ejected. So then, like everybody at Tennessee's all butthurt because Cannon
That's
Peoples
just how
was.
Tennessee
But
fans are going to be online.
yeah.
It was kind of like
Well, but even Cannon's dad was saying stuff yeah,
We got Pops involved.
So is it
Pops out here.
Zach Root? Was that his name?
yeah. the
Okay, so
ace,
when he came off and yelling and popping off,
guy.
like if it was against anybody else, we'd be like, that's a little excessive.
Yeah.
That's a little bit much. They probably do something, but like
Yeah.
probably from coast to coast in the court of public opinion, everyone was like,
Hell
get
yeah,
him,
good.
get him,
Let
get
'em
after that
know.
boy.
Yeah. Because they do the same thing.
Let him know.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if you play the villain and you're good at it, it's fun.
Yes.
If you struggle a little bit like Tennessee this year,
Yeah.
it's
People
a
are
bad place to
waiting to
live.
pounce.
It's a bad place to
Waiting
live.
to pounce
And
on
also,
you.
you can't act that way and then get butthurt when people act that way back
true.
towards
They were
you.
so butthurt.
Yeah.
I still will never believe that Tony Vitello is 5'10". I don't care what his bio says.
Oh, ain't
There's
no
way
way
in the world.
he's 5'10".
It's his bio says 5'10".
That's a fellow short king. I'm 5'10".
He
ain't
wrote
5'10".
that. He wrote that himself. Tony Vitello, 5'7". I mean, come on. Plus, he gives off 5'7" vibes, right?
does.
Oh, I'm sorry. It says 5'11".
Yeah, no, he,
ain't
it
no
says
He ain't 5'11".
5'9".
Ain't no chance. That's like me.
I
in the,
think
that's like
5'7".
I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot in the program, Bob.
I've never even thought about his height, but yeah, this makes a lot of sense right now.
Right.
I didn't know he was a short dude.
Yeah.
He's a short fella.
Little shoddy.
Yeah.
What's
Little
up, shoddy?
shoddy.
All right. Speaking of Zach Root, when we come back, that's probably who you're going to see when the Tigers take on the Hogs in Omaha. We'll break down how it went the first time these two teams played when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to PelicanRoof.com. PelicanRoof.com. Remember, in Lafayette, in Baton Rouge, not that they're going to be driving back and forth. They are in Lafayette, and they're also in Baton Rouge, right? They have offices in both. They are in both local communities. They are ready to go on your project. One of the great tools that they have, the instant quote right there. It's going to pull up like in the top right corner when you go to PelicanRoof.com, and when you click on that, you just type in your address. That's at your home, that's at your business, and it's going to get an outline of your roof and give you a great estimate of what it would cost for your roof replacement. We don't need to even tell you how good they are once they get on the job. Just look on the homepage. You'll see all the 5-star reviews right there in front of you, pelicanroof.com.
Yeah, Pelican Roof. Do business. Call somebody that operates with integrity at the core of like everything that they do. Over 500 5-star reviews. Pelican Roof, 225-228-2865, pelicanroof.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
...2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
This is from like our day, like
Lil Troy.
This is like,
If you're from Texas, you know this though.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this
1998.
This was like when I thought I was cool, 13 years old.
Yeah.
Putting this on a little burn CD, crashing my parents' computer because I downloaded it on Napster.
Oh, Alondra, you from Texas?
Yeah.
Did you know of Swisha House?
Yes. UGK.
Third Coast.
What?
Charlie Boy.
You don't know about that Texas
We don't know
rap.
about that. Get out of here, Shreveport.
Did you go smell the roses, Tyler, Texas? Your city's known for roses. Get out of here.
It's the rose capital of the world. Thank you very much.
We're known for that.
Hence the name, the Tyler Rose.
Yeah.
The one and only.
The nickname of your city is the City of Roses. The nickname for my city is the Ratchet City. I'm going to take mine. Yeah.
You can take it.
Wait. Y'all are the City of Roses?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of a ripoff to Pasadena?
No.
Okay.
Don't get me started.
I don't know who was first. I'm just asking. They do the Rose Parade, the Rose
Tyler
Bowl.
Rose's Poo on trashy Pasadena.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to get Flynn fired up, say anything, and I mean anything nice about the state of California. He hates it.
It's a terrible state.
I mean, the wine area is pretty good. Had some good times there.
That I've heard you complain about the state of California so many times.
But the rest of it stinks.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first time you played Arkansas, Zach Root, 6 innings pitch, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, struck out 6. Cade Anderson, 5 2/3, 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. If you remember, Zach Cowan came into that game, pitched 3 innings, only gave up 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. And it just reminded me that you're going to need Zach Cowan to be in this form if you want to go win a national
I was going to say,
championship.
we need that Zach Cowan back.
You absolutely. Again, look, you've gotten this done. You go to game number 2, Anthony Ianson. He pitched 6 innings. He didn't give up a run. He struck out 11. Arkansas, go get it done. We're going to game coming up in Omaha on OTB.
Off the bench.
We believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed. But instead, they cradle and cool. Nicely done, ice cubes.
The Windsor Senior Living apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985 or come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation. It's We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be .com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Monday, June 9th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 89 in hour 2 of today's show. We'll have weekend winners at 8 a.m. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All right, welcome back in OTB here on this Monday. Matchup coming up is going to be the maybe got our guy Devin Snow. But here at 8 a.m., we're going to do a little weekend.
That's how winning is done.
You gotta keep our composure. You've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now, wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do. What's that? Whole thing.
Here goes to my middle son.
Let's go.
Huddy Paul Hester. 11U Lugnuts. They're in a tournament yesterday in bracket play. The game was all tied up at 7. A little context here. Huddy got moved up to the leadoff spot this game. Doesn't typically bat leadoff, but got moved up this game. I'm like, okay.
Like Josh Pearson.
If anybody can, there you go. If anybody can handle it mentally, like Huddy's not going to be fazed by like moving in the lineup and like having pressure or whatever. The kid doesn't worry about a whole lot there. And it was a very cool moment. I typically don't coach his team. His coach coaches 2 teams and had to be with the other team. It's like, hey, can you fill in? Because I coach another Lugnuts team. I was like, absolutely. I would love to sit there and have that time with my boy Huddy Paul. And so he steps up to the plate, tied at 7, and here's how it goes down. Home run.
Let's go.
Over the fence.
Unreal. Who's more excited?
Let's go, Huddy.
Huddy, Jacob, or Katie?
Ooh, I don't know, man. We were all pretty fired up because like Katie had Harlow, so she hadn't been having the opportunity to film the game. And I see her get her phone out, and I'm like, okay, she hadn't filmed the whole game. And you got Game Changer, but she's like pulling out her phone. I'm like, something big about to happen? And then all of a sudden, I mean, literally like the first pitch after she hits record, he hits a walk-off danger. And again, man, he was fired up. That was just how as he rounds second base. And there was one dad on the other team, and I know who you are. I saw you. He's trying to get the umpire to call Hudson out for throwing his helmet. I seen him pointing to his helmet.
Okay,
He's
what
like,
a loser.
He threw it.
Weekend loser, that guy.
Let me tell you, you are. Let me tell you. One, the umpire laughed at you because he's like, the kid is 11 years old, just hit a walk-off home run over the fence. if you think I'm calling this kid out, the umpire was like laughing at him. Like, for you to try to get an 11-year-old called out after he had a walk-off tank, that is sad. It's not even like
Sad.
loser or like it. That's sad that you were trying to get an 11-year-old called out for celebrating a walk-off home run.
No, it is. I mean,
What are we doing?
it is a loser.
I was like,
Yeah,
what
you're a
are you
loser.
doing?
You're a sad loser.
I was like yelling across, like, my guy, go. You got family here. You're embarrassing yourself. Get out of here. Shout out to Huddy Paul Hester.
Shout out Huddy
Well
Paul.
done, dude. My dog.
Dinger.
That was a lot of fun, man. I enjoyed it.
I mean, he got every bit of that ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to top that this segment, but like,
I'm sorry.
that's killer. Awesome.
Yeah, and it's summertime, so once he wakes up, he'll see this.
Yeah. 3:30. Here we go. Who's out late
3:30.
celebrating? Who's out late celebrating?
He was watching every
Wait, was Huddy
pitch
the one that
of the LSU
went
game.
viral in flag football?
In flag football,
multiple years?
too,
Okay.
yeah.
This kid.
Yeah.
This kid.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah, he's look, Alondra knows this. He's he's one of one. You got to watch Huddy Paul.
Yep.
He's got a nickname that we won't share on there, but Alondra knows it. I mean, my guy is always interesting. Like he's my dog. That's my guy.
I will say that when we were at walk-ons for T-Bob's going away party, he went into Katie's bag to get some cash to go play some games, and you had to check how much cash he grabbed out that bag.
Bruh. Huddy's like one of those guys like will be your best friend, but you're like, where'd my watch go?
Whoopsies.
Shout out Huddy.
Kidding, Huddy. I love
All right, weekend winner here. Y'all tired of talking baseball yet?
No.
No.
I'll never be tired of it.
I am. So let's just flip it to tennis real quick.
Oh,
here we
even
go.
better.
Here we go.
Even better.
Rating
All right.
spike coming at you. All right, my weekend winner, my first one at least, is Carlos Alcaraz in an absolutely electric French Open finals yesterday. Wins it. He beats Skinner or Sinner. I can't remember his name. Sinner. He beats him in 5 hours and 29-minute match, which I think is the second longest in like a major or in a finals like that. And that's the second time to win it. So like the Spaniards continue to dominate
Hell yeah.
the French Open. Incredible.
Shout out Spaniards.
Shout out Spaniards.
Shout out to the Spaniards.
I did have this cool stat here. So let's see, where is it? All right. Carlos Alcaraz and the other famous, of course, Rafa Nadal. Both of them 22 years old, 1 month and 3 days. And they both had 5 Grand Slams on that exact same day of their life.
Dang.
5th Grand Slam for
That is
each of them
pretty
came
cool.
on 22, 1 month and 3 days.
We were
Hell yeah.
talking tennis. I mean, shout out to Coco for being the first American to win the French in how long? I mean, it's been a
minute.
long time.
It's been a
And
minute.
No clue.
lost the first set and then came and battled back. And then her opponent was like, basically, it wasn't her, it was me. No, you lost. You lost to the American. And hey, guess what? You got to win more than 1 set in tennis. So sorry that you won the first one and you
They won a
feel like
couple.
you lost it and she didn't win it because she did go and win it.
So Coco Gauff, 21 years old. Carlos Alcaraz, 22.
It's crazy.
Tennis in pretty good hands right now.
Yeah.
If you dabble in it.
Hell yeah.
I don't, but
Me
you
either.
do. And look, you know, tennis and do you do cycling or is it just
I
the
just
Tour de
Tour de
France?
France. Yeah.
France.
Le Tour.
France.
Le Tour.
France. All right.
That's the only thing. I'll tune in.
And those
I'll start like shaping up on my knowledge how the season's going, how the favorites are looking leading up to Le Tour.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm dialed in.
Avo said, I've been listening to OTB since day one, and this might be the first tennis ever talked about.
Well, look, tennis is, to me is one of those things that if you put on, like normally there's not a lot going on a Sunday outside of football season. Besides, like you might get one baseball game, but like
yeah,
it's not an all day ordeal where you're watching 3, 4, 5 games. It's one of those things that you put on, and then there's a good match. I don't care if you're not a fan; like you're locked in. You're locked in when you got these sudden death points happening. For a French Open.
Yeah,
you are. Sorry, people.
No, I can get behind incredible athletes for sure. And
5.5 hours running back and forth.
Look, is anybody as cool as Andre Agassi when he had the dangle cross earring out there on the court? No, probably not. He had a great mullet, but you know what? I can still get behind it.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, tennis. Hit that.
Was it Michael Chang that had the Reebok pumps with the tennis ball in the front? I believe it was. We need to look that up. What was his name? Michael Chang? Wasn't that the tennis player? Who
I don't
had
know
the Reebok
anything
pumps? Who
about
had the
tennis.
literal tennis ball on the tongue of the shoe, and you pumped it up? The old Reebok pumps.
Yeah, it was him.
Sure, there's a guy named Michael
Huge
King.
tennis guy
Played
here.
tennis.
Huge tennis guy.
Tennis nerd.
Yes.
It was him.
Look at that.
Shout out.
Going deep.
Shout out.
Deep.
I've never
deep
heard the
in
name
brain
Michael
core.
Chang before today, but
Boom.
Boom. Count it.
I got a weekend winner. Well, real quick, weekend loser, Tennessee, because LOL. But my weekend winner, Tay, I put a couple of things in the weekend winner in the doc. Mikey Linton, shout out Mikey Linton. He is a LSU Tigers super fan, and he's the guy that went viral this weekend for catching Derek Curiel's home run ball.
Oh, that
And
was a hell of a catch.
The memes that were coming out of this, they made like a bronze statue AI pic of him holding the ball like that. Is so funny. And then I put the video of him catching it too if you want to play it. But yeah, shout out Mikey. True LSU fan. Had a great moment this weekend. Went viral. Weekend winner, Mikey Linton.
Shout out, Mikey.
Shout out.
Let's go. Could have sworn that was Bull Hurley, but
After meeting him at walk-ons, that's really funny.
Sometimes your jokes, man, they cut deep.
Hey, that was a great catch.
Hilarious.
Look at it. Let's go.
Look at that.
Sweat.
Look
Let's
at
go.
that.
Sweating, bro. It was hot out there.
Tay, what you got for us?
So I got two weekend losers. One of them was the girl who played Coco Golf saying, hey, you know, it wasn't you, it was me. She actually went as far as
so
to
bad.
saying, I played so bad today, I actually believe the opponent I beat in the semifinals could have came out here and beat Coco Golf today. Don't do that.
It's
You lost.
salty McJenkins.
Take the loss like a man. But my second weekend loser, this one should just be a permanent weekend loser, the Pittsburgh Pirates. So they actually won in Paul Skeens' last start. They win 2-1. But here's why they're a weekend loser. Because Skeens still did not get the win. 7 2/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts. Couldn't get it done in that time frame. He ends with a no decision. But it's worse than that. So on the season right now, Paul Skeens, 1.88 ERA. He has 1 win in his last 7 starts. In his last 7 starts, he has a 1.12 ERA and 1-6 with a 1.12 ERA. Do better, Pittsburgh Pirates, standing weekend loser.
Let him go.
I feel like that's a hot take right now. Like, I know I get defending Paul, but weekend loser, they swept, didn't they?
And I get it.
Yeah.
But Paul Skeens won in.
They swept the series. They became weekend losers.
They're just perpetually weekend losers, though,
Yeah.
because, I mean, what a terrible way to run your organization. Like, you have somebody like Paul Skeens who doesn't have many wins, and he's about to win the Cy Young, but yeah,
4-6.
agree, though.
He's 4-6 on the
you
year.
got to be a standing weekend loser.
Yeah.
What do y'all do if you're Pittsburgh? Because I've seen like some of the trade packages that potential teams would throw at them, and they are not even in the realm of a Paul Skeens. Like, Pittsburgh has a decision to make. I get that, but like, you're gonna have to give me everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, see-
whatever your farm system is, I need 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Whoever your all-star is, I need him as well.
Yeah.
Like, you're like,
Well-
we're talking generational. We're
If
talking
they're
about
not going to do that, though, you're just going to have to spend the money to get the
exactly,
players.
because we're
yeah.
talking about a Paul Skeens who, like, the way the guy gets ready for like a single game, like, he takes care of his body as well as anybody out there. He's locked in. You're talking about somebody that's got a long prime still ahead
huge
of them.
prime. And the other thing that I think about with him is he didn't pitch till halfway into his college career. Like, he didn't have
like full time.
He
right.
doesn't have the wear and tear
No.
on an elbow or his arm or shoulder,
And
anything like that. That kid's
his training regimen's incredible.
Yeah, the way he preps. But like, I just look back at the history. How many throws does his arm have compared to a kid that's been pitching since they were in 6th grade?
Yeah.
And as they grew
I'm
up
with
with
you.
the curveballs at 15, 16 years old, stuff like that, it creates a lot of wear and tear. You're right. This is like, you could go on a decade-long like generational run.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about somebody that could set your franchise up minimum, I think, the next 6 years of like frontline, all-star, Cy Young type pitching.
Yeah.
And you ain't going to give me a handful of prospects in a middle reliever. You ain't going to get it. I ain't going to get it done.
Nah.
Like, you have to give me literally your entire farm system, and I need a good farm system, not a bad one. So the Braves, you're out because your farm system's
We need a roster that looks like the 94 Texas Rangers.
That was 95.
Either one.
Either one?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Really doesn't matter.
Again, That team, slow pitch softball, elite. Regular baseball, okay.
Yeah, okay. I got a winner and loser here.
Okay.
And it's really
It's not your turn.
And I know it's not. I'm skipping you because we're coming up on it. I want to get this out because I'm going to set up for another segment later. We're going to talk a little bit more about the details of why this is a winner.
Okay.
But the big weekend winner, huge financial benefit from this, Rocco's Pizza and Cantina.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah.
The Jello shots.
Yeah.
True.
The Jello shots.
Every-
LSU's coming to town.
Every
Oh my
bar,
goodness.
I put this out there last night. Every bar in Omaha, like Rocco's is the popular one.
Yeah.
Every bar in Omaha, every restaurant in Omaha, when Chase Shores threw strike 3, I promise you they jumped up for joy.
No
and
doubt.
fist pumped
Oh my
and
God.
high-fived everybody in the room.
What's the Barrett's? Is that the LSU bar?
Yeah,
Up there, Barrett's? Yeah, I mean, they're going to be popping too.
You know what comes to mind is like the Popeyes meme of the Popeyes worker that's like bent over all tired.
Yes.
That's going to be every bartender.
I'm going to kind of break down.
Omaha.
I've been doing a little bit of research here, breaking down like the financial impact of those Jello shots. So we're going to wait till
Little
hour
tease?
3 for this
Okay.
because I still got a little bit more research.
I
Wanna
like
get
it.
the
I was about to say, you have like 2
details
lines written
into it.
down
I got
over
2
there.
lines right now.
Yeah.
But I got in my head, I got a lot more than that.
Okay, I
so,
love it.
So
right.
that's going to be so 68,888, I believe, were the
Yep.
Jello shots
Yes,
last
that's
time,
the
right?
record.
That's the record. So which sets me up to my weekend loser is the part-time minimum wage employees at Rocco's Pizza and Cantina. They are in for it. Like, can you imagine the hours that they have to do?
That's what Alondra's just basically. You know,
I know.
They're
That's
the
a
worker
huge
on the
loser.
bench.
Yeah.
So every temp service, every high school kid, they're probably going to be
Yeah.
employed, probably 50 of them.
Yeah. It's a lot of
Where are the
Jello
middle
shots,
fingers
Bo.
right now?
It's a lot of Jello
It's a
shots.
lot of Jello shots.
And look, everybody here for a parade is made Jello shots. That's a lot.
Yeah, like the process of
Yeah.
making them. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's so true.
Yeah.
They got to have it. I mean,
They got it down to a science for sure.
because last
But-
time they were probably ready for
They'll be
15 to
they'll-
20,000.
They'll be more ready this time. You should feel sorry for the ones that had to do it last time.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, I do have one more weekend winner while he's putting together his math. His math ain't mathing right now. Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal, weekend winners. They take down Spain in the Nations League final. They win on penalties, but it's not even really that. It's the emotion that you saw from Ronaldo, 40 years old. He had to be subbed off for injury, but sitting there and couldn't even watch the penalty kicks because like he was so nervous. And then they won, and like what it means for like his nation. And I want like every United States men's national team player that is taking a vacation this summer, some time off, and not playing in the Gold Cup, which is something that has always been important for the United States soccer team, to look at Ronaldo, who is considered a top 3 player of all time ever to ever play soccer, and you feel like you need to take a break, you need to take a rest when he's 40 years old and is out there playing in the Nations League, which is basically it's the same thing as your Gold Cup. And the U.S. is hosting the World Cup next year. So going into the biggest time in your international soccer career, instead of going out there and with a new coach, creating some momentum and chemistry, you decide to go take a holiday. And one of the best players in the world, Ronaldo, ever, is out there at 40, giving you everything he's got for Portugal. Messi gives you everything he has for Argentina. And until we start taking soccer seriously, we're going to continue to be okay.
And you would know how that feels to be 40 too.
Yeah.
I had no idea he was
running
40.
up and down a pitch.
Oof.
No.
Is that what they call it? Field?
Yeah.
Call it a field.
It's a pitch.
It's a field.
I'm learning all the soccer slang from
Yeah.
Ted Lasso.
Pitch is what Paul Skeens does.
Yes, true.
It's not what you run up
Hold
and down.
Your ass just got up here and talked tennis and cycling, and I can't call a pitch a pitch. That's what it is.
We're in America. It's a field.
It's still a pitch.
In America, it's a field.
Oh, my God. This guy talking cycling, Tour de France.
French Open.
And the French Open is giving me a lesson on America. That's rich.
Paul Skeens pitches. A field is what you run on.
Jedi Robinson plays on
grass
a pitch.
with
His
white
name's
lines on it.
Jedi?
That's his nickname, but he goes by Jedi.
Okay, I mean, that's cool.
You're a big Star Wars fan. Yeah. Anthony's his real name, but he goes by Jedi.
Jedi's better.
Doesn't matter. You aren't cool enough to know.
Well, you can't call it a pitch and then call it soccer. There's got to be some sort of etiquette rule there.
No, I see what
Okay,
you're saying.
you had
Like
me
it's got to be
until you-
football
and a pitch.
soccer and field.
It's soccer and field. It's a soccer field. It's not a soccer pitch.
They just call it football too, like in England. It's not football. That's
Yeah.
in other countries.
That's how they spell it.
It's a pitch in America too. You play soccer on a pitch.
No.
It's not that hard to figure out. Dude, you
Hey,
know who,
let's
you,
go out to
you're
the soccer field.
You know who you're acting like?
Ooh.
Exactly.
No idea.
Everybody else knows. All right. Anybody else got any winners or losers? We all
No.
good? Loser,
I think
Matt
we're good.
Flynn for that itty take. All
It's
right.
okay.
More OTB when we jump back.
Off the bench.
You can say itty. You can't say the rest of it.
Say what?
BoudreauxElectrical.com. BoudreauxElectrical.com is the website. More power, more protection. You were outside this weekend. You felt it.
Oof.
If you didn't, you need to go have a case study on you, because if you didn't feel the heat, the humidity here, something wrong with you, okay? The last thing that you want during storm season is for your power to go out and you not to have a plan. Go get peace of mind with Boudreaux's Electrical. Have that generator, that whole home generator installed in your home. I promise you, it is worth it. To know that you are going to be protected, go to the website again, BoudreauxElectrical.com, to find out more information.
Yeah. You said it. The heat this weekend was offensive. Can you imagine being in your house with no power? Call Boudreaux's Electrical right now. Just get a consultation. Talk to them. See what the process is. 985-397-1562, Boudreaux's Electrical.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Now look who creeping, look who crawling, still balling in the mix. It's that 6'6" long.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
Yeah, Louisiana sports, Flynn. Texas sports.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
What's a soccer uniform called?
Kit.
Cool.
Cleats are called boots.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Here's the weirdest one. Hockey jersey.
Sweater.
Sweater.
You want to make fun of hockey players and get your ass whipped? Alondra, you and I both.
Guy right now.
You and I
We
both.
fumbled.
We fumbled the bag, missed a weekend winner,
Yeah.
but certainly you brought it up, so I'll let you have the floor here.
Yeah, weekend winner for me, and I know everybody's going to start with their stuff, but it just is what it is. Texas softball winning a national championship, and as somebody who grew up playing softball and going to all the games when I was younger and everything, it was for me really good to watch Texas win a national championship in softball because it's been a long time coming. And you beat $1 million pitcher. Shows money can't buy you a natty, but yeah.
Can't buy you love.
Can't
buy
buy
you
you love.
happiness
Also,
or a
extra
championship.
weekend, extra weekend
Great
winner
movie.
to Mia Scott, their third baseman. She was playing on a torn ACL all weekend, so.
And that's where I was going to go.
Yeah.
Balling
Yeah,
out there
she was
on
balling.
third base.
Yeah.
Making every single play with no ACL.
No ACL. Gone.
No ACL. I tell the story often. I wasn't there, but I hear the stories of it. Phillip Rivers tore his ACL in the divisional round against the Colts on the road. Billy Volek had to come in and won the game, but the next week they were going to New England to play in the AFC Championship game. It's freezing cold, obviously, in January in New England, but Phillip went in and got his ACL just cleaned up, didn't repair it, and played an AFC Championship game, no ACL.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Look,
kind of need one of those.
my guy's super athletic, a hell of a basketball player, but not the quickest guy. Man, he had a knee brace that looked
I remember that knee brace.
I mean, it's huge.
Huge.
Biggest one you've ever seen, and he was not the most mobile quarterback that day.
How do you I guess I don't know enough about how the knee and the leg operate, but from a quarterback, how do you even, was it his right or his left? It can't be his right because you got to push off.
Had to be. I'm trying to think. It had to be his left because if it's his right, I know Phillip's got a different throwing motion, but he uses his legs, obviously.
Didn't Phillip also have to have a hurt left hand one time and have to hand off everything with his right hand one time?
Yep.
Or was that Stafford?
He said that before.
Yeah.
Brady did that too.
Yeah. It looks so weird when you're a run to your
right,
to the right, you gotta cross hand it.
Oh,
I'll tell you what though, he didn't come back from a AC joint.
Ooh, yeah, that's right. In 2 weeks.
I mean,
Phillip Rivers played with no ACL. Flynn missed a game with an AC joint sprain.
You came back in Arkansas though, huh?
Threw that 30-yard Hail Mary.
I've never seen a less foxhole guy than Jacob Hester. On Monday, June 9th, the year of our Lord.
All right. I'll dial it back. I'll dial it back a little bit.
It's okay now. Go get your boots on and run on a pitch.
There you go.
With your kit.
With my kit.
With your kit on.
I'm trying to think if there's any more. Anybody that's watched Ted Lasso?
The coach is a gaffer.
Yeah.
A gaffer?
Like GAFFER. Yeah.
And if you're the interim coach, you're a caretaker, I believe.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
I'm in the middle of
now they're just making stuff.
I'm in the middle of Ted
That's our caretaker.
via Jake's recommendation. I'm in the middle of Ted
Good,
Lasso.
right?
Yeah, I was going to text you. Everton suffered a historic loss.
I know.
Over the weekend for me.
Not definitely used to that though. Even in the show.
I don't think there's any spoilers anymore.
No, the what is it?
Clock ran out.
Yeah, clock ran out.
Clock ran out.
So
Statute of
Jamie
limitations.
Tart he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man City scooped him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was for my
It's a
girl,
big
Kat
blow.
Osterman.
Ah,
Shout
Kat.
out to her.
Shout out Kat. She was a baller.
She really was.
It is funny that you're talking about handing off, and I started thinking every quarterback is so different in the way they handle football off, and it seems so elementary. Of course, everybody does it the same. It's no. You have to know, just like you had to know what center was in the game. Everybody's gonna snap it different. every quarterback I ever played with handed it off differently. Like some like were very passive and like barely had it in their hand and they wanted you to take it. Some were like shoving it like right in your belly and just like way too much. Like, whoa, hold on, bud.
Power.
Yeah, Jamarcus was like that. And the one thing about J. Russ, and we're gonna have J. Russ on pretty soon. I was talking with him the other day. He would talk to you as he was handing you the ball off. Like if you were in like a zone extra, like you open step crossed over, so you got some time, and he'd be like, right out 18, right out 18, like hit it outside 18, hit it outside, and you're like, wait,
that's not the read.
I've never had a quarterback talk to you as he's handing you the football off and also knocking the wind out of you at the same time.
I like that.
As he's handing the ball off to you.
I remember watching him hand off. Yeah, he would put that thing in the belly pretty aggressively.
Oh my god!
But you're right though. I mean, it's one. There's so many like little things you take for granted in football. The handoff is so like even the running back putting his arms right. Some like give you pretty wide pockets. Some are like really small and tight.
Yeah.
But if you've never believed that the handoff is a big deal, it can be different. It's something you have to like get good at. Like go coach first grade flag football. You'll figure out how like just like natural that whole situation is.
But everybody always like they put their arms like under the football
like this.
Like no. It's like you got to flip it. And it's like then they never do it the right side. I'm like, look, all right, whatever way you go, if you go to the left, your left arm is on the bottom. If you go to the right, your right arm is on the bottom. It's like I'm trying to like. They're like, okay, breadbasket.
Yep. And then if they do it right, sometimes like their palms are like facing down. They're like this. Like, well, that doesn't make much sense.
I know. The little things about like all the mechanics that go into like just a normal basic football play is pretty crazy because you take them for granted. Like center quarterback exchange, the quarterback getting the football to the running back on his zone steps because every zone step is going to be different. Like some guys are kind of like short striders and they don't get out there. Some guys, like if you got Derrick Henry back there who is incredibly tall for the running backs, like his open step's going to be a little bit bigger than Darren Sproles.
Right.
Yep.
It's
like, and you as a quarterback, like it's on you to get me the ball.
Right.
It's not on me for me to get to you because I've got a process. I've got steps. And how many times have you seen like quarterbacks? Certainly, like Peyton used to be the worst at it because they ran so much stretch zone that he had to get out there, and he would be like head ducked, like ball fully extended, like please get there.
Yeah, and he wasn't real fast.
I didn't say that, Peyton. That was Flynn that said that.
I mean, that's not a hot take.
Yeah,
is
it's
it?
true. It's
not
true.
a real hot take. Yeah, but everything.
Not the quickest.
There's things that matter on a football field, in all sports that you'd never notice as a fan or a casual fan watching, and that's kind of the things like this year in the show that we're going to probably try to break down and teach a little bit. Just everything, like even from this offensive lineman splits. So like, is it a 1.5 foot split, 2 foot split? Like, and that the split means is like how far is the right foot of the center away from the left foot of the right guard? Like how far do the linemen split out? Because when a defensive line or a defense lines up, they're not lining up depending on like the distance they are from the ball. Like the defensive tackle at the end, they're not like counting their yards from the ball. They're lining up on a leverage or a shade of the offensive lineman. So if we spread out a little bit more, they spread out a little bit more. But then there's weaknesses to that. There's advantages to it. So depending on, just like you said, a zone step might be different for an offensive lineman, depending on who it is or what the play. But like more so of what the play is and what defense they're lining up against.
Yeah.
Like if a center's lined up on a shaded nose, he's going to step a lot different than if it's a 3-tech to that side. Yeah. So I mean, it's there's a lot of just so many intricacies.
They're like you're asking
intricacies.
Look, you're asking this meathead over here. I just get up here and just wing it. Vocabulary, sure. Words,
never heard of it.
I don't know. Just talk for a living.
Punctuation.
It is something that I always try to make sure I was ready for, but it's just so difficult in the moment. Like, which tight end do you have blocking, and who's setting the edge? Is it Antonio Gates? Is it Randy McMichael? They're going to block it completely different, right? Gates is going to try to reach the outside right now, and if he gets beat inside, he's like, hey, Hess, you better run. You better get out there. And for Randy was always trying to kind of like log everything right there and then kick him out late. So you were going to put your foot in the ground and go inside of that block. And it's just in the moment, like it's incredibly fast speed. It's hard to even tell you how fast. Like if you have a running lane in the NFL, if you don't get in there quick, it is going to close up. But it's like you have to know pre-snap stuff because personnels are changing. You're going from 21 personnel, 12 personnel, 11 personnel, and there's going to be somebody different in there. And maybe you bring in the 2 bigger tight ends, and maybe Gates goes to a receiver position, but it's still technically 12 personnel. Like as a running back or as a quarterback, like those things that you have to know while also knowing your assignment. And also you're reading the defense. All right, where's that shade at? Okay, well, if this guy flows here, I got to go there. If whatever it might be, if that safety comes down on a strike blitz, I got to know this turns into that. There's so many
and
things.
After all of that, then you have to worry about, it's also Lance Briggs coming down full speed.
Yeah. Right.
Hit me.
Yeah.
Or a Thomas Davis.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Right. Patrick Willis is going to be the one waiting on me. That's cool. That's cool.
Who?
Yeah. I get asked that question pretty often. Probably more than any other. Like, who's the best guy you ever played against? It's always, and P. Willie is always my answer.
Is it?
And look, I played against like Ray Lewis and all that, and Ray was so good because Ray knew where to be. Like that was the thing that he was best at. Ed Reed is certainly in that conversation. Troy Polamalu's in that conversation. We could go on and on. But it was Patrick Willis for me because, and I say it all the time, he was smarter than me, faster than me, and stronger than me. That's a bad 3-strike situation for your boy here. And that's what people like understand about him. And he retired early. He only played like 8 years. He could have played 15 if he wanted to. And then on top of everything, he was the nicest guy in the world.
That really
made it the worst.
Made you mad.
Like
Yeah,
we ran, I don't know if it was 06. So you weren't there quite yet. We ran stretch to the left. So left side run stretch, and stretch is supposed to hit, outside of the tackle. And Patrick Willis was playing linebacker, like basically like on the right side, on the line almost. I mean, he's kind of like in like a 3-yard position. And I just remember getting the ball on a stretch, and as soon as I got the ball, put my foot in the ground, and number 49 was waiting on me. I was like, where in the hell did you come from, and how did you get here?
You're offsides, bud.
I'd never seen anything in college.
I bet you had to take that hard handoff.
Hard handoff.
Yeah, hard handoff.
He had a cast on because P. Willie didn't play unless he had a cast on his hand.
He did have that club.
Had a damn club at all times.
Yeah, you couldn't get rid of that guy either. College, NFL. He was in your nightmares, buddy.
Yeah, P. Willie is actual nickname of his.
Say it again.
P. Willie. Patrick Willis. P. Willie.
Yeah.
Before we take a break, who's that guy for you? He's always the answer for me.
I mean, it's hard. It's so much different for a quarterback because we're not taking on anyone like one-on-one.
No, I'm not even talking about that. Like, it's not even like it's not even like, oh, this guy hit the hardest. Or like that's probably James Harrison, probably. I'm talking about in the totality of when I knew we played the 49ers. It was like I was the Popeyes meme. I was on the bench like thinking, oh Christ, this guy again.
Yeah.
And we played him every year in the preseason or in the regular season.
It's it's different for a quarterback because you're worried about like 11 dudes.
Oh my God!
But
just give me an answer.
When we played I would say Polamalu with the Steelers because just for the sheer fact that he never did what he's supposed to do. Like you could look at any playbook and look at the X's and O's on what a defense is supposed to do. That's what make good quarterbacks do. Like they understand the why of what the defense is trying to do. He broke all the rules. And Charles Woodson was like a lot like this too, but I was on his team, so it didn't really matter as much. But like Polamalu, if he was supposed to be in single high coverage, you would find that sucker 4 yards from the line of scrimmage covering a curl flat or covering a hook route.
Yeah.
Something like that. You just never knew where he was going to be. So he's a person post snap, as soon as you get the snap, you're supposed to, kind of look at some keys on the defense where you know where your guys are going to be. You always had to find him because he was always in random, weird spots. And that's one of the reasons he was so smart and was able to do that. He was so good for so long. So, yeah, Polamalu was a pain in the ass.
Be in the A gap and drop and play cover 2.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
Snap, like my guy. I'm going to see if I can find this play, and I know we're long for break. We'll take it now. I'm going to see if I can find this play where we're playing in the playoffs, and he had like no regard for his body. He just tried to knock my block off and didn't care what the play was behind him. Like totally didn't know it, like he knew his assignment, didn't care, and that's just who he was, and he could get away with it because he was so good. And then Ryan Clark did a really nice job of covering up for him. Like that was Ryan's biggest strong suit, in my opinion, was he would see what Troy was doing and he'd cover whatever he left open. Yeah, he's gonna leave something open.
Like if you're gonna study safeties, like as a youth player, a high school player, don't study.
No, don't do it.
Right?
You can't, because you can't do what he did.
You can't do what he did because you don't.
You'll be in trouble.
Nobody can.
Nope. All right, we will take a break. More OTB when we come back your way here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
All right, go to GoTommies.com. GoTommies.com. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. 2025 Best of Baton Rouge in the Advocate. Of course, they got voted Best Window Company. And it's not a surprise. I mean, they've won the Angie's Super Service Award like every year since 2016. So it's not just us telling you. Now, I've worked with Tommy. Like, I'm telling you from experience, but just listen to the people. I mean, there's a lot, and I mean a lot of window companies here in this city, in this area. But Tommy's got the award for the best because that's who they are on the job and as a person, as a team. Like, you're going to love Tommy when he comes to your home. Look on their website now. See what they can do for you. GoTommies.com.
Windows, doors, siding. Call Tommy's right now, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, all the way. They are the best. Give them a call today, 225-250-8808.
Mile on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always. No paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and
It's the Thuggish Ruggers Ball. It's the Thuggish Ruggers Ball. It's the Thuggish Ruggers Ball.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in.
I don't recognize that one.
OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Don't recognize this one.
Tay, you linked an article here in the doc. Anonymous SEC coaches predict what LSU football missing the college football playoff would do to head coach Brian Kelly.
It's not good, if you could believe that. It's probably the shocker of the day. They had about 2 or 3 anonymous coaches, and, one of them mentioned, hey, look, it's the expectations here in Baton Rouge every year, but the depth chart he put together, it's the best he's had since he's been in Baton Rouge, and Kelly's been open about that. Kelly said this is the best roster he's had. They're basically talking about the pressure that he's had and what it's going to look like. Like one of the quotes right here says, the big talk is the way that they've restructured. This isn't an autonomous coaching culture anymore. Austin Thomas has a huge role building the roster, and it showed this offseason. The internal evaluation of LSU football will look more professional. They're going to build BK the best possible roster to go out and win games. So we're just talking about, how impressed they were with what they did in the offseason, but can they turn it into a playoff run?
All right, so the best thing about this is, I think we all know that.
Yeah.
I think we know the expectation. I think Brian Kelly knows the expectation. I think Blake Baker. I think Joe Sloan. Every coach over there knows that the expectation for LSU football is to make the college football playoff. And if they don't, that would be a disappointing season. The best part about it is when I caught up with BK and Destin, he doesn't run away from that. Right. He knows that. He's known that since he's been here. Right? This isn't a coach that's like, how could you say that? Oh, my gosh. No, he knows that. Every coach, and I just mentioned the coordinators, we've had them on the show. They know that. These players, we had Whit Weeks, they know that, right? They understand that's what it is. That's what the expectation of a place like LSU always is. Even when it's a 14 playoff, people were mad. You got to make it. You got to make it. And that's okay, right? That's what happens when you are a blue blood type program. Remember, the last 25 years of college football, Alabama's got, 6 or 7 national championships, and then it's Ohio State and LSU tied at 3. So they have been a standard of college football in the last 25 years. All right? So, go make the playoff. Right. And everybody is running towards that and not away from that. And I think that's the best part about this. And I also agree with these anonymous coaches. I think Austin Thomas and the staff have done a hell of a job putting the best roster together. Now, you've had top-tier talent. We see him on Sundays with Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. We see that. But in the totality of the roster, this is the best because the depth is better. Man, you were thin. I'm talking about paper thin at some key positions over the last couple of years. So this roster now, it's got some juice to it. It's got some beef to it behind the starters, behind one, behind two. You've got some guys that have experience that you can count on. Those freshmen that played on defense last year, right? You can now count on all of those guys. That they had to play last year because of injuries and other things. But just when you look at everybody available, when you look from top to bottom, certainly you look at the receiver room, my God. There's going to be good players that don't play. Talent. Right? So, yes, I agree. This is the most talented, deepest roster that this coaching staff has had. And this staff, the fan base, the players, everybody, they get it. It is make the college football playoff or it is a disappointing season.
You said it, too. Brian Kelly, Joe Sloan, Blake, none of those guys are dumb, right? They understand the expectation, but that's why you come to a place and coach at a place like LSU because there is that. And it's not like that expectation hasn't been there the last couple of years. It's always been there. It's just one more year. I think the noise gets a little bit louder from the expectation standpoint, and everybody keeps saying that this year leading into the season because now there's excuses are kind of gone on this season because of the complete roster. The biggest questions is in the trenches this year.
Yeah.
But from a defensive standpoint, since Brian Kelly's been here, on paper it's the best roster top to bottom that he's had. So the excuses are kind of gone. But like you said, they're running towards this expectation. They're not shying away from it.
Yeah.
And that's what you would expect because you don't go to LSU if you don't want that expectation put on you.
Right.
So as a former player, as a fan, like I'm excited about the season because you're bringing back so much. There's no one else in the country, in my opinion, that's bringing back the skill level, especially from an offensive standpoint, that LSU has. So, yeah, the excuses have kind of run out. So now you just got to go out there and do it. You've shown so much good in the last couple of years. Put it all together, and you got to do it seasoning. But SEC schedule, it's a ball buster, man. So you have to play good. You have to be on it every single week. You can't have a down week. And then, of course, it's football, collision sport. You have to hope you got a little bit of luck with the on the injury stand front too.
Yep, you've been a lot of good. You need to be a lot of great this year. We'll see if the Tigers can get that done. Wrapping up hour number 2 when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com is the place to go. Go right there on the website. New, pre-owned vehicles, rentals, leases, all of that is right there on the homepage. And I tell you about the rentals all the time because it is a great service that they offer. So you give them a call. Call Miss Lisa Sessions. Say, hey, here's what I have going on. Here's our trip. Here's what I need. I need something bigger. I need something smaller. I need something better on gas mileage. Like whatever it might be, they're going to be there for you. So go ahead, reserve that vehicle, which also you can do online at allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. Just go to rental, and then you can rent it right there on the website. Just hit reserve now, and per day rental prices, everything is available. allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
Yeah, go to their website, see what they have in stock to buy as well. You can look at your financing options, payment calculators. You can value your trade-in. Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com, 225-433-0105.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back in. OTB, a little short seg here.
Yeah, we kind of do that, don't we?
We were both molded by Les Miles. That is going to happen. Sorry, not sorry. It's the way it is.
It's all those baseball takes I got.
So many.
Kind of drives those long segs.
So many. And look, at some point,
He knew Zach
not
Root.
at some point. He did know him. He was listening.
I'm gonna
well.
ignore that I didn't.
Nope, you did not say
I didn't
it.
say it before he got it.
No, actually, when we come back, and we got Devin Snow at 9:15, we're going to talk Saints in hour number 3 as well. But when we come back, there is somebody on campus that needs respect put on his name. Let's go. And we're going to do it and tell you why when we come back here, hour number 3, OTB.
Off the Bench.
All right, go to KTOZBlinds.com, KTOZBlinds.com. That is K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. Been doing it since 2004. Brandon Barton and the team are truly the best because they care about your space. And they're going to know your space better than you do in like 5 to 10 minutes. And if you don't believe me, like, there's no way. This is my house. Doesn't matter. I thought the same thing. They came in, they're like, hey, here's what you need here, here's what you need there, and it's going to improve your home. And that's interior, exterior, and sometimes for us it was, well, both, because our outdoor shade actually cools off our living room. It is incredible. We just throw it down. It completely changes the temperature of our space, and you can go get that done at KTOZBlinds.com.
Yeah, we keep talking about the heat. That heat's still coming, and it's going to be here for months, okay? So how can you lower your electric bills? Call them. Call K to Z Interiors. Brand new website. That's KTOZBlinds.com.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land, where others may see. This, it's hallowed ground. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
821-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Monday, June 9th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 89. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll talk a little New Orleans Saints and Devin Snow hold the Mayo. Hops on at 9:15. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw for the end zone goal.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, it's Off the Bench.
Welcome back in. Hour number 3, OTB 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. Sports. I don't know.
That was the first time I said that and Laundry didn't giggle.
Well, I mean, you can't go back
Can
to the
only
well.
giggle so much.
I mean,
you got to find something new. It's old.
Yeah, it's old, bud. Stale.
It got me the first few times because it was really funny, but now it's.
Yeah, now it's predictable.
She
man.
actually hates it now. She was
I
telling
wish
me.
she would
she was
stop
telling me
doing
during
it.
break. Yeah.
I told Taylor, I was like, I hate now, like when Flynn says
sports.
sports. Like, oh yeah, so funny.
I cannot wait to go on vacation. Get me out of here.
One more show, bud. One more show, and then you
I've
got,
already worn out my welcome.
Funny.
And then you got
6 show.
And then you got a little reset.
I need it.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Are you back Monday? Of the next week?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Unless there's some sort of delay situation.
No, T-Bob. Don't pull that ish.
I'll at least tell y'all.
Will you tell us 9 o'clock the night before?
Yeah, like he
I
does.
mean, if it's delayed at 9,
No.
that's when it's delayed.
It was so funny. It became a joke. He would go on vacation, like, whatever, go do you. If you have days, go take them. Like, the good part about like what we had going on was like he hosted the show, so if I was out, easy for him. I host every show but this one, so if I had to host, like, it was easy. Like we do it solo, right? Like take your days, but maybe some heads up, because I'm going to format a show different than he did, and so it was like in absolutes, 9 p.m. Any vacation that he went on, oh my God, guys, I messed up our flights. It's not till actually tomorrow when I come back.
It's like, dude, like if you want to take tomorrow off, that's fine.
Always.
Just give a boy a heads
and it
up.
was never like, hey, we're delayed. Like very rare. It was never delayed. It was like, oh my God, I booked our flights on the wrong day. We're actually not coming home till the day after I said I was coming back. Every time. But with T-Bob, it was like if you said that, I'd be like, dude, come on, man. Like just take a day. With him, I'm honestly like with his schedule planning abilities, I'm like, that tracks. He probably put it in the wrong date.
Oh, you loved him nonetheless.
Oh yeah. But
I make this commitment to you guys as a wolf pack.
All right.
It may be at 9 p.m. when I tell you, but I promise you, you all, our little group chat will know within 5 minutes of me knowing.
Okay, fair enough.
Fair enough?
Fair enough.
That is fair.
Hey, even if I'm delayed on Sunday, hey guys, delayed.
Yeah. Don't let me catch you posting pictures of you at the beach when you say you're delayed, though.
Well, what else are you supposed to do if you're delayed?
Sit in the airport.
Win in Rome.
Go to Chili's in the airport.
You sit there and you be miserable.
Oh, dude, Chili's
How
in the
you gonna be
airport
miserable
is
at Chili's?
popping off.
That's a good point.
Are you kidding me? Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like sometimes, like Katie and I, like when we did actually travel, it was like, I'm not mad that I got these extra 2 hours.
Right.
And these Chili's apps are 2 for 1.
Bruh.
So the chips and salsa,
elite.
But I'll tell you what, like
margarita?
from a guy that loves salt, like I
Presidente?
built a whole business based on salt, right?
Yeah.
Love salt. Sometimes at Chili's, it's like you can show some restraint on the salt.
I'm kind of with you on that.
Well, sometimes, most of the times I love it.
Yeah.
But every now and then you get some airport employees
my brother
that
in
might.
Christ.
On the chips?
On the chip.
That is
Yeah, they
so
put a
good.
little-
I want
little
to make
too
a
much.
face when I
Yeah.
eat one.
I do too. I want to like have the little eye twitch.
Yeah,
It's so
I
salty.
go to a certain Chick-fil-A in town because whoever pours the salt on the fries is heavy-handed, and I'm like, this is my dog.
Yeah. I used
I
to
know
be-
he's going to pour
I
me
agree.
some great salt on those fries.
And my kids do the same thing I did as well when I was a kid. When we'd go have to a Mexican restaurant and get the chips and salsa, like I'd individually take the chip, boop boop boop, little
Yeah.
salt, and they didn't like. Sometimes I
Yeah.
wanted to look like you could build a snow angel on that.
Yeah.
Thing. My kids do the same thing, but even for me, a man who loves salt, chili's a little
Wow.
too heavy-handed.
That might be the worst take you've ever had.
The worst?
The worst.
That's not even the worst today.
Worse
It is for
than
me.
worse than field pitch. I know y'all had some.
No, that's just we
No,
always
that's
do
a
that.
real take. That's just
We
language.
always do that.
It's a
like I have not gotten him over to the beautiful game yet.
I respect soccer.
Yeah,
love it. Even coach it.
Salt, man.
Coach it.
You do.
Hey,
Coach
kids, meeting at the soccer field tomorrow. 4:30 practice.
Yeah.
Wear your shirt. Bring your cleats. I'll bring the ball. You kick it.
And I'll be on the pitch with our kits and our boots.
If you told me to meet you at a pitch with my boots on, I wouldn't know where the
Yeah.
pitch was, and I'd have some
You have
cowboy
some Doc
boots.
Martens on?
Maybe some Doc Martens.
I
yes.
would show up at a baseball field
Some
with
Doc Martens
cowboy
on.
With some
boots
Docs,
on.
yeah.
Some Doc Martens.
If my
at the
kid
buckle.
plays like soccer and I'm in like the parent group chat
Uh-huh.
and I get sent that from Jake, I'm like, I guess we don't
Oh
have
my
practice.
God.
Like I don't.
Yeah,
I'm
guess we're not
American.
practicing
I
this.
ain't listening to all that. All right, open your minds, guys. Jeez.
Did you just make fun of all the listeners right there?
Wow.
Wow.
No, the
Just
three
make
in
fun
these
of the
I
people.
rooms.
heard it. I didn't say it. You just made fun of all of our listeners.
I'll make fun of anybody that just won't open their mind to just a different sport. Like,
The mind is open. I said it's a great sport.
I don't like golf, and I know that's a very, very cold take. And I get all the intrigue with golf. I get every bit of it.
We don't call things stupid in golf.
I get it.
We don't have dumb little names.
You don't think
A
there's
mulligan-
you don't think
mulligan's
there's
a little dumb, I
you don't
feel
think
like.
there's a lot of dumb things that happen in golf.
Mulligan's not like a
a dumb
comparable
name.
term.
With some of the rules in golf, you don't think there's some dumb stuff in there?
There is some. Oh, there's dumb rules in everything. I'm just talking about the dumb words used in soccer. Love soccer.
It's because
Not trying to offend anybody.
I feel silly saying mulligan.
But it's not a comparable word, like a boot and a cleat.
That's true.
Well,
Those are
also like
two
in
things
competitive
called-
golf, you ain't getting a mulligan anyway. So
I don't even know what a mulligan is.
like
I
a
just know I
like,
feel
like
silly.
like a retry,
Well-
like a oh my bad, like
Yeah.
let that
Okay.
one slide type of thing.
Yeah, like we're going to play straight up. You get a mulligan aside. I mean, I,
I
don't
would
play
need
like that.
hella mulligans if I was going to go
Oh,
play
breakfast
golf.
ball.
Yeah.
Jacob's so mad right now. Listeners are mad. 'cause he
I don't
made
know
fun of him.
anything about golf. Not one thing.
it's
Unbelievable.
great for a nap on Sunday.
Hey, U.S. Open next weekend.
I can't wait.
So jacked.
I thought that was tennis.
No. I mean, there's
Kidding.
two.
I
Okay,
know.
so there's two.
Yeah.
But yeah, U.S. Open. We're gonna talk a lot about it next week.
So
So stay tuned.
You'll be talking a lot about it.
Hold
For
on to
the
your
U.S.
seats.
Open with the College World Series.
Are you
Our guy
kidding me?
Hunt Palmer. Oh,
Oh
my God.
Utopia for
Those
him.
overlapping?
That's true. He's gonna be in Omaha too, right? Isn't
Yeah.
that- Did I hear
Yeah,
that right?
he's doing a show from
Oh
Omaha.
yeah. Oh, buddy.
Dude,
Oh man.
what a dream.
Whatever peak is for Hunt, he's gonna be at it.
That's it.
Whatever it is.
We got to follow up
He
with our
won't have
guy.
to call. He won't have to call your Goodwood.
We got
that
to follow up
week.
with our guy. Why?
'Cause he's gonna be,
He's going to be
ready
so
to go.
excited.
He's gonna be ready to roll.
Wait, who we calling?
No, we got to follow up with John Peterson.
Oh, yeah. You
Come on,
said
golfer.
you said you were going to get him on the show.
He's had his amateur status for a while now, so professional. Listen, John Peterson, national championship winner here at LSU, professional golfer for a long time. Was in the final
Yeah.
group, I believe, at a U.S. Open before.
Yeah.
But he's been amateur now for a couple of years.
Right.
And he did a lot of the qualifiers. He was like all over the Golf Network last weekend or 2 weekends ago. There's all these different qualifiers all over the different sectionals, regions, and he I think he missed it in a playoff by one, but he was a first alternate, and I think he might have got in. I was checking on it last night on the old Twitter machine.
Yeah.
I couldn't completely tell what was happening because he wasn't necessarily tweeting about it.
Right.
But I think he might have got in. So
Okay.
we got to check
All
on
right.
that.
He's a great follow as well on social media, always entertaining. So we'll have to
he
catch
is.
up.
He is
Yeah,
very
we'll catch up with him and see if he got that done. Before we get to Devin Snow, a.k.a. Holden Mayo, here in about 6 minutes from now, I did tease I wanted to put some respect on someone's name on LSU's campus, and that's Jay Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people had a lot of takes. Oh, my gosh, he's like Coach O. He had the one great year and a great roster, and he's just going to go away. And even compared him to Coach Miles, like all this talent, he can only win one championship. If that's your take, look, you're open to your opinion, certainly. I just strongly disagree with it. This man's got an over 700 winning percentage at LSU. All right? He has now made the College World Series 2 different times. He's never won less than 40 games at LSU. All right? Now, I mean, if we're throwing the totality of the resume, I mean, he's College World Series runner-up at Arizona, made a College World Series this last year at Arizona. I mean, we could go the full resume, but just here at LSU, won over 700 winning percentage, right? So 185 and 77, 706 to be exact. And, I mean, continues to build the roster, continues to have great hits in the transfer portal. Like, look at the other, night and last couple of games here in series and guys that they brought in through the portal that have been big help. Obviously getting LSU to this point. What he's done in high school recruiting, giving guys the opportunity to come to LSU and not go to the MLB draft because he is out there grinding, right, for NIL money and to make sure that the baseball team gets exactly what they deserve and LSU standard, which is the highest in college baseball, to have that matchup. So I just want to give an attaboy to Jay Johnson and all the bad takes that we've heard throughout this baseball season of who he was as a coach.
Yeah.
Man, I've been around a lot of coaches, every different sport, and I don't use this very often, but he has got some Nick Saban in him. Like, he really does. Like, from the way he addresses his team, from the way that the smallest detail is the biggest detail and not micromanaging just because he wants to make sure that every detail is covered. You can't drive by the box and not see his car in the parking lot. Like, we took our youth baseball team there, like on a random like Wednesday night during baseball season, and he was grinding tape. I think it was before the Alabama series, right? He was grinding tape. Dude comes out, talks to our youth baseball team for a couple minutes, and then goes right back into the film room, like on a Wednesday night, man. He is a grinder. He is somebody that has been successful everywhere he's been. You can go back to Point Loma. Guy was successful. Nevada, successful. Arizona, successful. Where I first met him, and as an assistant at the University of San Diego, successful, getting big-time players like a Chris Bryant on campus. Man, you got a hell of a baseball coach here in Baton Rouge. You can try to have some hot takes with, he's like this guy, he's like that guy, and a one-hit wonder. That's such a bad take because this guy is here to stay. He's got a great opportunity in Omaha yet again. And you look at his records, 40-22, 54-17, 43-23, 48-15 this year. You got a great one here in Baton Rouge, and there's some people that are lagging behind to get on board. I am fully on board.
I haven't heard these takes about him. Jay is a dude, man.
Yeah.
You look at a coach, the way they just like hold themselves around a team, like just watching the games, like he commands respect from them. They look prepared, and the discipline that they've shown, I keep talking about like the discipline they show on the plate, just from the baseball standpoint, just they're disciplined, and it shows out to a guy that doesn't watch a lot of baseball. What they've done, he looks like he's out-coached every single team that I've watched.
Yeah.
So we're lucky to have a dude. I mean, and I know that your comparison of like, maybe not a comparison, but saying in the same sentence as a Nick Saban, I know you don't take that lightly.
No.
And you've been around this dude. I didn't know you knew him in San Diego. So
Yeah.
y'all kind of go way.
Oh, so our audience has heard this story before, but quickly for you. So we were working out at the University of San Diego during the NFL lockout because you couldn't go to the facility. So we went back and forth. We kind of started out at San Diego State, and they were also using their fields, and they didn't have the space. And Philip reached out to the University of San Diego, and they're like, "Hey, no, you can come use all our stuff. Like, the field is y'all's." like go ahead and use it because like they practice in their football field, like in the actual stadium. Then they had these side turf fields, and so they gave us full access. I mean, basketball court, like whatever we wanted. And there was this assistant coach, like just out there, like working hard. I'm like, who is this guy? Like, who is this dude? Like, this dude's always here. Like, if we're here, he's here. And so it was Jay Johnson.
Turned out to be him.
Yeah, as an assistant. So like, whenever the job came open, I was like, man, I don't think they will, because it just didn't. He was a West Coast guy. I was like, they're not gonna look at Jay, man. He's at Arizona, but he's doing big things. I'm like, man, if you get that guy to Baton Rouge, I'm telling you, I know how that guy works.
Did you like put it together like after he got hired? You're like, wait a minute. Was
No,
that
no,
that
no.
little? Was that the guy that worked so hard?
It was in the build up. So, because I followed his career, because like I had conversations with him. I'm like, man, this guy's sharp. I got, just an assistant. He hadn't been a head coach yet. And in the build up, if you'll go back and listen to OTB, I'm like, man, there's this guy in Arizona that I saw grinding as an assistant. Like, I think he'd do pretty well here. Right. But I didn't think it would happen because, again, he had always been on the West Coast. He's from, like, that's who he was. And a lot of times, you know how it is. Like, is he a fit? Like, can he go from that to the SEC? And is he going to, man, he is fit and then some.
Yeah. And obviously he's got a good head on his shoulders because he said I had a great question last week. So got my first great question from him. So shout out. Long live Jay.
Flynn's going to put that audio file in a frame.
I'm actually put it on the
just
bio.
the waves of the audio
My
file.
social media bio.
Yeah.
Ay told me I had a good question.
I think he just wanted to make fun of T-Bob.
I think he did. I felt real good in the moment. Then afterwards, I was like, shoot.
Hey,
I
doesn't
could have
matter.
asked anything.
You got
Doesn't
two.
matter.
Anyway.
You got two great questions
You
last
did.
week. Was Scott the other one?
Nick.
Yeah. It was
Underhill.
Nick. Oh,
No,
wait.
was it
No,
Underhill?
actually,
Did you get
no.
three?
I think you're right. You might have got three, because I
you
think
did
Nick
get
said
three.
it and Tolzien said it, too.
Hey, 3 ain't an accident.
3 ain't an accident. Bro.
I really do think you
Okay,
got
for
three.
one, Jay was just trying to make fun of T-Bob. So I could have like asked him like, what color is the sky? And he was like, great question.
Yeah.
Scott, my boy, said I don't know if that one counts, but I
But
got
Nick-
one
Nick's,
just uber natural.
He was, yeah.
First time I've ever talked to Nick.
Yeah.
He had nothing to gain by saying them.
No.
So
Nothing at all.
everything to give though.
I'm with you 1,000% on Jay, though. Like, he's my GOAT.
Man,
like,
he's so
I
good. Like,
love
what-
Jay Johnson more than I can put into words.
Man,
like,
if I had
winners
I
win.
had a team, and I'm not talking about baseball, football, I'm a team.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, you can go pick somebody to lead this
Give me
team.
Jay.
Give me Jay.
And
Give me
you know,
Jay
like,
every day.
I love when he goes out there and talks to them on the mound, because sometimes you can kind of read his lips a little bit,
Yeah.
and I feel like I know exactly what he's saying. Like, man, I just love like his approach, his philosophy, everything about Jay. I love, and I hope and think that he'll be at LSU for a very, very long time.
I mean,
and
there's
many more Omaha appearances.
right. When you talk
and-
with Jay, like he realizes where he's at. To your point,
Yeah.
he knows that this is the top tier job in all of college
Yeah.
baseball, and there's no other place.
Yeah.
like there's not a man. If this school comes calling, you gotta be. There's not that. So not in his mind either.
Mm-mm.
Like you talk with him off the record, and he's like, "I'm coaching LSU baseball."
Right.
Like Skip Bertman came in my office today. Are you kidding me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he's still like, he appreciates where he's at. And that, ain't nobody going to outwork him. I promise you that.
I would like to add to it, though. I want everybody to apologize to his counterpart, Nate Yeske, as well. He is going with the fourth program in his coaching tenure. Fourth program he's going to the College World Series with. Like now 16 regional appearances, 7 supers, and now 6 trips to the College World Series for Coach Nate Yeske. So, man, I feel like I've been on that fighting the good fight since he got on campus.
And Ben broke it down last night, a full run better than the team that won the national championship in 21 as far as team ERA.
Also, Kate Anderson, at the beginning of this baseball season and preseason, when you were looking at the MLB scouting reports and stuff like that, he was like in the 50. I think he was 55 or something like that, the 55th pick to go in the MLB. Now he's top 5.
Yeah.
So
number 1 in some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
first overall.
You have that comes with development. Who's out there developing these players? Nate Yeske. So
you've been on that one. I got to give you that one. You for sure have been. You've been fighting
people
that
make me
fight.
so angry.
I know. In the chat, Vaughn says, need to show Coach Will Wade some love too. I love Coach Will. Text him back and forth.
We all love Will, but I don't know why we would show him love.
Every now and again, like we'll text back and forth for sure. He's going to do big things in the Wolfpack. And look, if there was a coach where it was the scene from the town, and I come in, I'm like,
Yep.
hey, here's all the things that are going on, and I need
Don't
you.
ask questions. Can't
right?
tell you who it is.
That's Will. Will's like, all right, whose car are we taking? That'd be Will.
Yeah.
Without question.
That would be me for Will. I love Will Wade. Never mind.
On that note, hold the mayo, Devin Snow, when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
700 win percentage for Jay Johnson. Incredible. TrashRangers.com. TrashRangers.com is the website. Sign up for residential, commercial service on the website. Roll-off dumpsters as well. We always tell you 3 different sizes to choose from. Make sure you have the right size for your job. That's at your home. That's at your business. And I always tell the story. And when my man T-Bob was packing up to leave town, nobody really knew yet, but he called when we were here at the station. We both had to do an event at LSU, and Flynn, they had the roll-off dumpster on the way from the time that we went here on Government Street to Tiger Stadium that day. That's what kind of service you get with Trash Rangers.
Yeah, for your homes, residential, for your business, industrial, whatever it is, give them a call, see how they can help you today. 225-363-9053, TrashRangers.com.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Zero to crooked. I know y'all been waiting on this here. Yeah. This R.I.P. Big Mellow. Screw.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
South side, east side, west side, north side. You know what I'm saying? All my partners are your dead partner.
Speaking of breaking it down, nobody can break down a red beans and rice review like our next guest, our guy Devin Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo. Dev, what's going on, brother? How we doing?
Yo, what's happening? Let's break down Chili's, bro. Because when y'all said Chili's, I mean, that is a goated chain restaurant.
Yes. I mean, dude, it doesn't matter like what time, what day it is always going to hit. I mean, from the apps, which they got like 73 different ones to choose from. They got some pretty good cold pops to choose from as well. Chili's, to me, like if I am into a chain restaurant for a good time, it's going to be a Chili's every time.
I used to go to Chili's as a teenager just to be in position to get some tail. Just to be in the ballpark, bro. And you had to know a worker at that time. For me, it was this lady. Her name was Sherry.
Shout out Sherry.
She spiked my strawberry lemonades. We called her Strawberry Sherry. She was cool.
Hey, I mean, how did you do? Did you do okay, though, at the Chili's? Like, sitting there and hoping for the best?
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, like you just had to be there. You had to be in the ballpark, and it was like the proving grounds. Like girls, they wanted to see your order. You couldn't just go to Chili's and buy chips and salsa. I learned that through trial and error.
Yeah.
I had to find $20 just so I could show my ass at Chili's on a Friday night. Them girls wanted to see if you could cop that triple dipper.
In high school, trying to get as close to the bars, you can maybe get a high top next to it. You got a high top.
If you're in the bar area, it's like I'm sitting at the bar up at Chili's.
It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal at all.
But yeah, no, when it comes to chain restaurants, like a well-done Chili's, be back.
I'm with you.
I mean, it's one of the few, like, chains that from the 90s that has survived the test of time with, like, a good reputation.
Yeah, I mean, Bennigan's gone.
I mean, Applebee's.
TGI Friday's gone.
Applebee's hanging on for dear life.
They had the country song that kind of, like, breathed a little life into them.
Applebee's sell you a burger for $1.50 right now. They do whatever they can.
They just trying to break even.
I mean, they're all gone. Like, think about it. Like, think about all the staples.
Yep. But Chili's holding on with a good rep.
And thriving.
Like, top to bottom, good rep. I don't care what walk of life you come from.
I'm with you.
Somehow Olive Garden's still around, too.
Yeah.
I've been there one time. I was like walking into a funeral home, dude. It was, dim lighting.
Red Lobster, too. How are they still?
No, I mean, Red Lobster's like, they got like 3 restaurants left. I think one's in Baton Rouge.
The cheese biscuits, elite.
The biscuits, the only thing that's keeping them afloat.
Yeah.
Can you imagine eating a soggy shrimp scampi right now, though?
Right. No self-respecting Louisiana human being, Louisianimal, can go into a Red Lobster and get seafood. Let's be honest. If you do, I'm judging you.
That's another one that I walked into, I think, one time. And I remember like, even the workers were shocked at Red Lobster. They were like, y'all sure y'all in the right place? And that was like 25 years ago,
I mean, as a kid going in and seeing that fish tank with lobsters in it, that was pretty cool.
God, dude, that was. I can't believe a lot of places did away with that. That's the problem with the country right there. We got rid of the lobster tank.
Red Lobsters.
So you're putting some rubber bands on the claws. That ain't that big a deal. And by the way, you never got those lobsters. Like, you'd see those lobsters. Them things was giants. Them things were on the juice in that tank. And then you get your order, and it'd be like a piece of rubber that looked like a crawfish and not a lobster.
Yeah, those lobsters were there since
those
open
lobsters
day.
in the tank, that was like the Winn-Dixie workers' pet lobsters. You know what I'm saying? They were just showcasing them.
Dev, so LSU going to Omaha. So before we get any baseball reaction, I think we got to get you to Omaha. Like, we got to get you there for the content, because like on a Monday, you trying to find any kind of red bean and rice situation would be fantastic content, because I don't have a lot of faith that you would be able to find what you're looking for, but I would like to see your journey.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you now. I think it'd be no problem. You could put me in Zimbabwe. I would figure it out, because I mean somebody's gonna be from Louisiana that lives out there, even if it's just one person that lives in Omaha, Nebraska, that has a Louisiana route. Like, they will be able to make it happen. So it's a 14-hour drive. I don't like to fly, so it's a 14-hour drive. I looked at it. My only concern is, would I be able to get a hotel at this point, or a place to stay? Because I am considering it, for real.
LSU fans, if you've got a situation, like if you've got, an extra room, or hey, maybe you're on the RV and you got an extra bed in the RV, Let our guy Dev hang out, crash there, and he'll put you in the content.
And I know how RVs are because I went to Talladega, so I don't even need to be inside your RV. Put me on the outside with one of those beds that like are attached to the RV that come out. I'll do that.
Dev, your videos coming out of that were fantastic. I forgot about that.
Oh, my God, dude.
I mean, they were throwing it down in the infield.
That was the most world viral content I've ever put out. I mean, you had people in Afghanistan sharing that stuff, dude. Just goes to show you. Everybody loves those two things. Those two things, bro.
Oh. Dev, where'd this fear of flying come from? It's going to be hard to do a show from Zimbabwe if, like, you can't drive there. Like, where's this coming from?
Get on a boat.
Dude, what's crazy is I've flown a bunch. I mean, I've flown like 30 times, but I haven't flown since 2017.
2017?
Yeah, since 2017. I went to Minnesota to watch the Saints open up against the Vikings. They got smoked. Sam Bradford.
Ooh, that was like his one victory there, probably.
Dude, he was on fire, bro. I'll never forget that.
So 2017, the last flight. It's funny that Dev. It's funny, just different mindsets. Where like if you don't have to fly, like I've probably flown 30 times in the last 18 months. I mean, I'm sure Matt has as well for business. I mean, it's not my favorite thing to do, but like you got to go cover games in other places. And Dev, my man's like, I ain't getting on a bird. 2017, that's crazy. What's the farthest place you've gone since then?
Well, that's funny you asked, dude. Well, not since then. All right. Oh, I thought you said. So the farthest place I've ever flew was actually Banff, Canada. And this was before 2017. I think I was like 12 years old. That was the longest flight of my life. Very last seat in the back of the plane, spilling Cokes all over my clothes and stuff. It was like Coca-Cola all over my clothes and stuff. And it was just, I don't know, man. It was just the longest flight of my life. I stopped flying in 2017 because I had a feeling that these planes weren't right, bro. Like on my way back from Minnesota, Spirit Airlines, they couldn't find a pilot, dude.
Well,
they were on,
you know, Spirit Airlines. I could have warned you against Spirit Airlines, Dev.
Duct tape's pretty strong.
I mean, they couldn't find a pilot. They were like, "Hey, we having trouble finding a pilot." So they said that.
Raise your hand if you got any experience in the back.
Yeah, like what y'all doing? Y'all looking for a pilot on Craigslist, bro? Like, what is going on? And then I don't know, man. You know the internet, man. They really got me not wanting to get on a plane. Dude, I mean, I see.
I saw plane crashes. Like I don't know who said it around me or what happened.
Take a trip.
When I say like my algorithm for like a full month was nothing but plane crashes. No.
Yeah.
I'm like, who said this?
You look at one and then they really get you. You know what I'm saying?
Plane talk.
I could just see Devin right now on a plane. This MFer isn't real.
You saw that clip a couple weeks ago. They had roaches all in the plane.
I did.
Like, dude, what?
Wow.
Like,
Alondra, you hadn't seen that one?
Where do they come from?
And
How'd they get there?
those are my two biggest fears in one.
Flying and roaches?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would lose my mind. So I'm gonna need us to stop on the plane talk though, because I'm gonna get on a plane on Friday.
Where are you going?
To Texas.
Okay.
Man.
You want to just drive there?
Yeah.
Why would
Texas.
I do that?
Were you going to Round Rock?
Yeah.
That's not that far.
It's like a 6-hour drive, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Can't have money.
That's more than 6. I'm sorry to tell you, that's more than 6.
It's like 6.5-ish.
Let's go 7.5.
You must.
Like I'm willing to drive to Omaha because I get to pass a bunch of states. I could stop off. You know who really got me not wanting to fly again ever? John Madden. That dude never flew.
Never.
You know what I'm saying?
Always took the bus.
Always took the. You think about how many important places and people that need to see John Madden at a certain time. Nah, dude, I'm gonna take the bus.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy, bro.
Life's about the journey.
What's the nicest place y'all ever been to?
Oof. This is going to be a Flynn answer here. The nicest
place?
So the nicest place I've ever been to, and I'm not even talking about like destination, because like my favorite's the Bahamas. I love going to the Bahamas. It's my favorite place to go. But if you want to say like nicest place, so Dev, we played the Saints in 2008 in London, and they put us about an hour outside of London in an old castle that they turned into this 5-star hotel. And Dev, like somebody from the Ratchet City was not supposed to be there, because I like felt out of place. This place was so nice. Like everything that you can imagine, like when you see on TV, like these old 1800 and probably a lot older than that style, like castles, they turned that into a 5-star hotel, man. It was incredible. And look, we lost like a 45 to like 41 game against the Saints. It was a great game in Wembley as well. But that's like, I felt out of place because it was so nice.
Yeah, that's how I felt when the nicest place I've ever been to was Banff, Canada, and I stayed at the Fairmont. Taylor, pull it up. I stayed at this place right here, and I was like 12. I was too young to like appreciate it.
Right.
All I did is I just sat in my room and ordered room service and watched music. Dude.
Where they filmed The Shining?
Yeah, Dev, what were you doing there, bud?
Bro. My grandpa, he had to go to like a work convention, and that's where it was that year. And look, I was too young to appreciate it. I sat in my room, ordered room service, and watched music videos.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, sitting in your room with a good club sandwich, French fries, and a Diet Coke and watching TRL, I don't think that's a bad time at all. I think that's called utopic.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this place, though, man. It's like there's no way somebody from Chalmette has ever been there other than
No, you're the only Chalmation that has ever been there, and I can almost speak in absolutes there.
What'd y'all do? Like, what'd you do for fun there?
He sat in the room.
Yeah, I was in a room a lot. I remember they had a bowling alley in there, so I went bowled. I played tennis outside, went to the pool. It never got dark, I feel like, out there. So it was like light the whole time. I can't remember the science of that or how that works, but anyway, yeah, dude. I got a massage. They had a rat that was in the room that we had to chase off.
Now that probably felt more like home.
Yeah. That'll bring you back. That'll ground you right there.
Sounds like you do all that in Lake Charles.
Yeah.
All of it.
Did Lake Chuck just catch a stray?
No, it's good. Just like Banff. Compared to Banff.
I don't even know where that's at. Like he said,
Canada.
He keeps saying it's in Canada. I'm like, I know Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal. That's it.
Yeah.
Calgary.
Banff is supposedly like one of the nicest places in the world, and I just didn't know. I just did not know.
I didn't know what it was before you started speaking today.
Yeah, I got to go back and make that right. But anyway, yeah, Banff, Canada.
All right. Well, we've covered Canada. We've covered potential Omaha trip as well. Dev, what area are we going to be in today for RB&R Day?
Oh, we're going to be on the South Shore for sure. I can tell you that. I want to travel, but every time this Monday comes, man, it comes so quick, man. So in order for me to travel, I got to like leave a couple days ahead of time. Yeah. And I keep forgetting to do that. Yeah. But we're going to be somewhere on the South Shore. Yeah, man. Hey, I wanted to ask y'all, did y'all listen to the Call to Six?
Oh, yes. And kind of came out of nowhere. Like, it's one of those things, Dev, that like you knew was like is going to happen, and then like it happens, you're like, oh, I got to play catch up a little bit. And then I started seeing everybody post on social media about it's Lil Wayne's album, Flynn. I can see your loss. So like it kind of came up and surprised me again, and so like I had to go and listen to it when I was in the car on the way to baseball this weekend.
Yeah, look, Matt, this is better than like the Pussycat Dolls. You know what I'm saying? This is Lil Wayne.
Doesn't take much.
By the way, that's the worst band of all time, in my opinion.
Wow. There we go.
Of all the bands.
Thank you.
Of all the bands, come on.
Loosen up my buttons.
Is a bop.
Loosen up my buttons.
That is a banger.
Get out of here.
You're telling me you don't want to dance when
Didn't
that song comes on?
Didn't the lead singer just win an award? Like
Tony's.
She won a Tony,
I
right?
don't know. I saw something.
She was something.
Yeah.
That. I don't really know.
We'd all be tuned into the Tonys.
Yeah.
All right, favorite. Do you have a favorite song on the album?
From I'd probably song number 2, which is "Welcome to the Carter."
All right.
And then probably the second one would be "Bells."
All right.
But other than that, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I got to be honest. Carter 6 out of 10.
Okay, that's fair enough. Look, I mean, when you've been in the game that long, if you can still get a 6 out of 10 when you're like 3 decades in the game, I feel like that's okay.
Right.
You know,
that's a long time. I mean, how many
time.
rappers can be around for 30 years and top them? It's so hard to top yourself when you've put out what Wayne has put out. It's incredible.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Dev, you're the man. Hold the mayo. At Snow Like John is the handle on social media. Give him a follow there. We'll catch up again with you next Monday, my man.
All right, y'all take care.
All right, you as well. Devin Snow, HTM Sports. Go buy the shirts.
Banff, Canada.
I didn't know anything about that place. Now I think
that
feel
hotel
like I know.
legit looks like the setting for many scary movies.
Well, it's either
it looks like The Shining.
It's either that or where a Bond villain lives. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
himself.
Like, yeah, by himself, and James got to go in there and he's got to take care of business. Old Jimmy.
Yep, he's got a parachute down with his snow skis on.
100%. There's a snowmobile that just happens to be waiting by a tree.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
All
covered
of a sudden,
up.
he's an Olympic type skier,
without question. All right, more OTB when we jump back here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
Is there a bad time to drink a Dos Equis? I don't think so.
Nope.
Is there a perfect time to drink a Dos Equis? A lot of them.
Yeah.
Tailgate beer, in-game beer, beach beer, lake beer, shower beer, eating in a Mexican restaurant in between baseball games beer. Yep. All those are checks.
I yesterday grilling beer.
Ooh.
It was a big time elite beer.
That's one that, hey, I'm patting my chest. That's on me.
Yeah.
That's one we forgot.
Is there anything like better than a summer evening, firing up the grill, cooking we cook hamburgers, we cook hot dogs. 12er.
Ice cold.
A little.
I am super jealous.
God,
We
it
forgot
was so
about
good.
that one.
Smoke hitting my face with an ice cold.
There it is, the extra mile. For those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's
I got to get paid. We got 25 lighters on the dresser. Yes, sir. We got to get paid. I got 25 lighters.
2007 champs. Purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. The New Orleans Saints currently in mandatory minicamp. It's going to be the 10th through the 12th. So over the next couple of days, you're going to have a chance to take a look at some of the position battles, some of the new players, rookies, all of that. But anytime you have a quarterback competition, that is always going to be the top story.
Headliner.
It's always going to be what everybody eye hustles in a minicamp situation. And look, you got so much new coach, new coordinator, new quarterback coach, Scott Tolzien, who we talked with last week. You've got a new quarterback in Tyler Shuck. You've got, kind of still new quarterback in Spencer Rattler, only going into his second year there. So that is going to be the main focus. We've talked about that. We'll continue to talk about that. One thing that I'm paying attention to, though, is going to be the offensive line, because you have 4 first-rounders and a second-rounder. That's investment. That's a heavy, heavy investment. Trevor Penning's not an NFL tackle. We have seen that. We know that. They don't pick up his 5th-year option, but I do like moving him inside to guard. I think that, he can do a lot of things in the run game well. He's always been good in the run game. I think now you're protected on each side in both the passing game and the run game. But I think just pass protection, look, guard's much easier than being on an island and playing tackle. Like you have help with the center and with the tackle, and you have to use that help. You have to use their bodies kind of as protectors. And we do it all the time at the running back position. Like I would use the tackle as kind of like, hey, I'm going to make sure like I don't get beat inside between the tackle and myself, right? So I can cut that off just by my body position. I can cut off that lane, and then it's like, do you want a bull rush or do you want to go outside and I'll just run you up the ring there? So I'm intrigued with the offensive line because you have so much invested in there. Yep. 4 first-rounders, and the best player, Eric McCoy, was a second-rounder.
Honestly, I didn't even know we had 4 first-rounders invested in offense. That's incredible, right?
Yeah.
So, they better be pretty damn good.
I know. That's what I'm saying. And if you're not, that's on the scouting department, man. That's on the development. Now, this is a new coaching staff, so you're not going to hit on every one of them, but by God, you got to hit on one of them.
You've missed
4 first-round picks.
Yeah, you've missed a lot.
Cesar Ruiz has not been consistent. Trevor Penning's having to move positions. Blag is somebody that you don't know yet because he's still so young in his career. He's more of a natural right tackle, had to play left tackle. And then you get Banks this year, so rookie. But, you've got 2 that I would say are misses right now.
Yep.
In Penning and Ruiz.
Sure. Well, so far, right? But, look, Scott Tolzien, the Saints quarterback coach, said it on the show, great last week. He said, we're in competition. He specifically was talking about quarterbacks, but really for everything, offensive line, that you're talking about, everybody is – you're in a competition, but it's about reps right now. Minicamp is no different than OTAs. It's the same practice format.
Yeah, right.
It's just an extension. It's just the mandatory part that you got to do.
Yeah, and you stay a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And
a little
it's got
bit.
a training camp feel to it.
It's got a different name to it.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, mine were always just the same thing as OTAs pretty much. But like Scott said, it's so good. He was like, but we're just trying to get reps in. They're evaluating, yes, but the competition, we got shorts on. There's no pads. This isn't a padded situation. But for offensive linemen, that the same can be even more so for that situation.
If you win in shorts as an offensive lineman, that's good. Because it's kind of set up against you. You can't be physical. You can't in the run game, you can't lean on people because you got to obviously keep your hands inside, and you can't really knock them off the football because you don't have pads on.
Yeah, and it's pretty amazing. The offensive linemen, they're when you would go to practice without pads, shorts and helmets, they didn't like it because it didn't change. The intensity and the blocking didn't really change. They were just let us put pads on because we're gonna be banging shoulders anyway.
Yeah, you got the spider pads that are nothing. Yeah, these help.
Yeah, but look,
I wore these when I was 4 years old playing flag football.
Can I tell you one thing though? As soon as OTAs and minicamp is over, that practice film, you might as well burn it. Yeah. You will never go back. You will never look at it. The coaches, after they watch the last minicamp practice, they're going to go back and watch it one time so they can teach, coach one meeting with the players. After that, that footage will never be seen by another human soul ever again. Okay, because it doesn't matter.
Nope.
You can evaluate. It gives the coaches an idea what to expect in the training camp. But I say that about spring practices too in colleges.
Yeah.
Like,
true.
It doesn't mean a lot.
Yeah.
You get some extra reps. That's great.
Yeah.
For the Saints, gets burned.
For the Saints, as we get ready to take our last break of the show, for the Saints, it's all about learning each other, finding out your teammates, some of the tendencies that they have, and trying to create some chemistry here in, this mini camp situation because of all the things you said.
Mm-hmm.
But for them, it's just an introduction for everybody, new coaches, new players, new everything, right? And then take that, parlay that into whatever you do the first couple of days of training camp.
Yeah, Scott said it again, really good. Like the coaching staff, head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, they're constantly trying to evolve based on what the teams give them. They're not going to come in with a hard set of these are the plays you're going to run. You're going to learn how to run it. They're going to build everything, which to me got me excited for Saints fans out there. Listen, that's a really cool, especially with young quarterbacks. That's what you want as a staff. So kudos to them. Hope it works.
All right, take our last break, wrap it up here on this Monday edition of OTB on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
All right, go to centralplumbing.org. Centralplumbing.org is the website to check out if you want to go tankless with the tankless water heater, to find out if you want to be in the remodel game at your home, at your business. Remember, they can come in, they can completely change your space, no matter if it's something as easy as a new vanity, or maybe you need a complete remodel, a complete just do-over in your business. Let's say you own a business that has like 4 different restrooms and you want to change everything. They can come in, they can do that always on service online at 225-925-8552, 24/7, 365, weekend, game day, holiday, you name it, they will be there. Go to the website today, see what they can do for you. That is centralplumbing.org.
Yeah, the kiddos were playing outside this weekend on a trampoline. They had the sprinkler on the trampoline, which created like a ton of mud. So they decided it'd be a good idea to have a mud party and throw mud at each other. Guess what happened? Guess what happened after that? About an hour worth of showers after that. We had the tankless water heater.
Never run out.
Never, ever run out.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
All right, welcome back in. You know what the deal is. I promise I will get better tomorrow. I promise.
Tomorrow's the day.
Tomorrow's the day. Clock management's going to be so good.
Exactly 13-minute segments.
And it's Flynn's last show of the week tomorrow.
Hey, guess what I'm doing, though? Because I'm a foxhole dude in the Wolfpack. I'm trying to move around my second trip in June so I don't have to miss.
Like it's like good and bad. Like I'm trying to move my second trip.
Well, the second one's a work one. This one this week is for play.
This one you should celebrate.
The other one was a work
certainly,
one.
Thanks to my wife, celebrated my 40th birthday in style. You should as well.
Absolutely.
And if you don't join us from Turks and Caicos, you are not a foxhole guy. See you tomorrow.
Later.
Off the bench.
Why didn't you say anything there?
I'm not going to be joining from Turks and Caicos. I'll send y'all a text. Picture of the
That's
beach.
more than T-Bob would do. YourGoodWood.com is the website. Look, unless you're Hunt Palmer, you still need to call Your Goodwood this week, okay? 225-4GD-WOOD is the number. YourGoodWood.com is the website. Find a full list of services. Find the pricing right there on the homepage of the website. Book that consultation right there on the homepage of the website. That's bottom right corner because, look, if you have an issue, allow Goodwood to take your labs and fix your issue. There is no point in living with fear and embarrassment. Like, it is right there for you. All you got to do is go to the homepage, YourGoodWood.com.
YourGoodwood.com. For as little as $125 per month, you can do anything from hormone replacement treatment to sexual wellness, whatever it is. YourGoodwood.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team color, team swag, and